Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One Network. Youngstown, Ohio.
Pregame from Ellett High School here in Akron, Ohio. The PAFL 3A Championship. The Columbus Fire hosting the Michigan Hurricanes. Pregame 6:15, kickoff 6:30.
Second place what plus 50.
listening to WRDB, Western Reserve Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, Warren, Salem, and around the world. Please stand by for a special presentation of Western Reserve Radio at westernreserveradio.com on the Live 365 network and the Live 365 app.
And we welcome you to Ellett High School here in Akron as Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network, is proud to bring to you the 2025 PAFL 3A Championship here from Joseph B. Yost Stadium in Akron. And today, the Michigan Hurricanes, they make the trip here to the Buckeye State, and they get ready to take on the Columbus Fire. Hello, everyone. Jim Craven with you, along with Dave Ferris, high atop here of Yost Stadium, getting ready for this 3A Championship between these two top powerhouses here. And for the Columbus Fire, they will be attempting to win a second league title in 2 years in two different leagues. All right, we'll start with the Michigan Hurricanes, though. They make their way down here with a 7-2 record. Their only losses in this game would be to the very team they are facing today, the Columbus Fire. They faced them in week 1 of the PAFL season on May 31st, and they would lose 13-8. And then again, they would meet on July 12th as the Fire would get the 14-12 win. So very few points in between these teams. 5-point difference in the first game, 2-point difference in the second game. We expect nothing different here tonight, here for the 3A championship, as we see Jermaine Campbell and crew down there getting ready for this big game here. And if you've been paying attention to any of the social media this week, you've seen some back and forth here from the Ohio State side and from the Michigan side. Chad Henne chimed in on this, left a little message for the Michigan Hurricanes and for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Ryan Shazier and Beanie Wells chimed in to, for lack of a better phrase, tell them good luck.
Rebuttal.
And yes, that would be the rebuttal here. And, of course, we were going to have that today here in the state of Ohio. And, of course, this is the real week 1 of college football, as the Ohio State Buckeyes hosted the number 1 Texas Longhorns. I guess that argument for number 1 will it's going to be...
like I said on the way up, just because you have a Manning doesn't make you number 1.
Well, and I think that was proven today as the Ohio State Buckeye defense outstanding, holding the Texas Longhorns to only 7 points. However, here today, we're going to have our own Ohio-Michigan matchup, and we'll take a look at the Columbus Fire. Now, the Columbus Fire, of course, no stranger to big games. They have been around for over 2 decades, have collected a lot of hardware for this organization, and they're trying to add to that today. They come in at 8-1. Their only loss was back on June 7th in Cleveland, as they would fall to the Cleveland Rams, and by a very slim margin as well. We covered the Columbus Fire last year in the Tri-Point Football League Championship. They took on the Erie Express and won that one relatively easy, and I believe that they're looking for that same thing today. But Both teams on the field here as we get ready for kickoff. We're just about a little under 10 minutes here before the scheduled kickoff here at Ellett. So we're going to step aside for our first break. When we come back, we'll give you a little more information here on the uniforms, the weather, which is going to be, I think if you're a football player, this is going to be a pleasant one. All that and more coming up here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. You are listening to the 2025 PAFL 3A Championship. We're back right after this.
Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team Pride Cobras.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One Network, Youngstown, Ohio.
Dave Ferris, Jim Craven with you as we get ready for this big matchup here, and again, a lot of talk coming back and forth between Michigan and Ohio, and we are looking forward to this one as well. Big boy football, as we'll call it. Of course, if you were listening in last night, high school football from around the valley last night over on Western Reserve Radio 2 and Sports Radio 1240. Mark Means, Dave Clark, bringing you Massillon Jackson and Austintown Fitch, no problem. With the Polar Bears, they knocked them off by a score of 41-3. And for the guys over in Poland, myself and the coach, Bob Gessler, who is involved in a very intense weenie race today over at the Canfield Fair. Mocha Joe, I heard, did well in the first heat, fell in the second heat.
Yeah.
She's very young. There's always next year.
Yeah, that's what Bob said. He goes, getting her trained, start training regiment starting probably next week or next couple of weeks and get her ready for next year.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. But Mocha Joe, congratulations on your first heat win. We'll get him again next year, girl. Not a problem. And then, of course, we had the Poland Bulldogs hosting the East High Golden Bears last night. The Poland Bulldogs get the 42-6 win over the East High Golden Bears, making the Poland Bulldogs 2-0 on the season. East falls to 1-1. Next week, we will have more high school football coming up on Friday on Sports Radio 1240 and WRQX AM 600, as well as Western Reserve Radio and all along the iMedia One Network, as the Poland Bulldogs will host Mogador Field at Pawlański Field in Poland. That'll be a 6:35 airtime, 7 o'clock kickoff with the coach, Bob Gessler, myself. Of course, Dave Ferris, Matt Craven will be pushing all the buttons, keeping us on there. And I believe next Friday we will also have the, it'll be preseason, but we'll say the debut.
It's the debut, yes, of the Youngstown Phantoms for this season.
Yep.
So airtime should be right around, I want to say 5:45. I think it's a 6 o'clock puck drop.
You could say whatever you want here, so
don't
we're going to call it that.
remember, to be
But
honest with you.
Phantoms back in action here, so plenty of sports coming around here. That was next week. The NFL will be in action, so high school, college, and pro football will all be in full swing, as well as the United States Hockey League as they get ready for their 2025-2026 season under head coach Ryan Ward. Of course, you can hear all of the Youngstown Phantoms home games right here on Western Reserve Radio. The voice of the Phantoms, Matt Lipsack. And we are looking forward to that. We'll be down in Cannonsburg on Friday. Of course, they will have the Fall Classic coming up in just a couple of weeks as well. Down in Pennsylvania there. All the teams from the USHL will be there. It is quite the experience, and we are looking forward to that as always. Both teams seemingly making their way down into the corners here. We'll take a look at the Michigan Hurricanes. They come in here in the light blue uniforms with the dark numbers and the white helmets. We may have a problem with those numbers later in the night, depending on how they're going to reflect under these lights. However, the Columbus Fire will be in their gray jerseys, white numerals outlined in red pants, and they too will also have the white helmets. We had them about this time last year. Their league title here have been very competitive. And again, only one loss this year, and that was to the Cleveland Rams in Cleveland on the road. So one hiccup for the Fire, and again, for the Hurricanes, their only two losses would be to this very same Columbus Fire team, and I'm sure they will be looking to avenge those. And Dave, it's it's hard to beat a team twice, let alone 3 times in a row. So I don't think there's any lack of confidence for the Fire, but for the Hurricanes, I think they've seen all they needed to see in the first 2 games.
Well, what they can't do is let those first 2 wins over this team influence the way they play. And they need to come out hard, play hard, and do exactly what they did during the first 2 games to beat this really good Hurricane. In fact, we saw this Hurricane team last year when we went up there and the Cobras played them, when we went back-to-back. We did not?
Nope, that was not the.
I
that would have been
was the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes.
We went to Detroit. It would have been
twice.
the Ravens.
Yes, the Ravens and the Hurricanes.
And that would have been the. Was it the Michigan Bills? Oh, you got to forgive me on this one.
No, I thought it was. No,
no, it's.
I'm mistaken.
No, but so many Michigan teams now coming over here. It's as Ryan Shazier said. He didn't care. He said there are no hurricanes in Michigan.
Which there are not.
Chad Henne.
I looked it up. There's never been a hurricane on Lake Michigan.
And Chad Henne started all this, by the way.
There's
Michigan
a few
alum.
spouts.
It's some very nice lakes up there, but I don't think we've ever had. We've had a few rainy days in Michigan, but I've never seen a named hurricane in Michigan.
Me either. So.
Officials out at midfield meeting with the commissioner of the Premier Amateur Football League, Jermaine Campbell. PAFL back in service here in its first year in 2025, and overall has been a very successful league under the tutelage of Jermaine Campbell. More things coming up here in 2026, as he's done a great job here with promoting these games. Last 2 weeks ago, we were here for the Beaver County Arctic Bengals and the Ohio Broncos, and that was quite the game there. Started out with a 22-0 deficit for the Beaver County Arctic Bengals. We thought maybe could have been an early night. However, the Arctic Bengals battle back. They take the lead late in the fourth quarter, only to have their their heart ripped out there by the Ohio Broncos late in that game on a screen pass.
It was an awfully good game, especially that fourth quarter.
Yeah, certainly 2 competitive teams here, and that's one of the things that have been extremely evident this year is the parity in these leagues. The 3A games really have not had too many lopsided games. I believe I've only seen 1 or 2, and certainly in the 2A, we saw a lot of close games this year as well. So a well put together competitive league, very entertaining for the people, and certainly we expect nothing different from our 3A championship here today on this sunny afternoon. Just about 67 degrees here. A few clouds in the sky, nothing that we expect we don't expect any precipitation tonight, so it should be a perfect night for football. But I don't know, Dave, I am not ready for fall weather here, and it certainly feels like it.
No, it definitely does feel like fall. In fact, I was just going to bring up let's see, right now it is exactly 68 degrees, and the low tonight is going to be 47, Jim.
Yeah, that's too low for me. So, but hopefully by that time, things will be well in swing here, and we have a team called the Columbus Fire. They will keep us warm here with all this excitement. And our officials today, we will have a 5-man officiating crew as they wait for the Michigan Hurricanes, and the Columbus Fire will make their way to the sideline from the end zone. Just about 90 seconds here before the kickoff. We're going to step aside for one more break. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff of the 2025 PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network. We're back after this.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
back here in Akron as we get ready for the kickoff, our nation's national anthem, and that is the universal signal that we are about to get underway here as the captains will approach midfield with our 5-man officiating crew. They'll have the coin toss here. Dave and I were looking for the food truck that was here last time. We didn't get to partake because we were so busy, but we'll have to look into that a little bit more. A lot of fun this week here building this game up here. Of course, I talked about the Michigan alum, the Ohio alum, having a little fun online there, back and forth, as our captains meet in midfield. They will exchange pleasantries, and that might be just about the extent of it.
Maybe you could put some information on this. Why send 12 guys to make a call? Honestly, it takes one person to call heads or tails.
Yeah, they'll send out all 6 captains.
On each side?
Yeah, so we will wait for the coin toss here. The officials will introduce themselves. Customary, and then we'll get the pregame speech. All the officials certified by the OHSAA here in the state of Ohio.
But these guys were probably busy last night.
Certainly, and that's some great work here, so they'll get back-to-back nights.
Yep.
High school on Friday and here in the PAFL on Saturday. And of course, there's always a concern about the shortage of officials. So if you are interested in being part of the game still, especially at the high school level, go to ohsaa.org.
Especially if your favorite colors are black and white.
Absolutely. If you look good in stripes, then absolutely you should. And I'll tell you, it's an experience. Having done that myself for several years, it is a good way to be involved with high school football in your area.
And it's not just football either. They're looking for,
Yes.
I can tell you, referees for just about every sport that is played in the OHSAA.
So right now, looks like the Michigan Hurricanes are going to receive. Didn't catch the signal if they. Oh, they're going to switch sides. All right. So we're going to try that again. He was saying, "Come over here," not. So
they won the toss and they elected to receive.
All right. So the Columbus Fire will get the ball in the third quarter, and that has been a huge aspect here just recently in some of the strategy with some of the coaches. And for Michigan, I think they want to get off to a quick start here. Again, these have been very close games between the Columbus Fire and the Michigan Hurricanes, a 2-point game and a 5-point game here in 2025. The Fire have a 2-0 advantage over the Hurricanes, but things change in the playoffs and certainly in the championship game. Again, want to thank everybody for joining us here on Western Reserve Radio, whether you're listening in on the iMedia One Network app or Live 365, maybe listening in on westernreserveradio.com or watching on Facebook at Western Reserve Digital Radio, maybe over on the Cleveland Cobras Facebook page as well. We share it there, and we are just seconds away here as everybody will return to their respective sideline, and the Columbus Fire will kick off. It'll be Craig Horton Jr. setting this one up as he waits for his kickoff team to join him out there. But if these places, if you're living in a place where you have a team in the area, you're looking to get back on the field, now is the time of year when the PAFL teams are starting to build. So you can go to PAFLfootball.com. In fact, that's right, .com.
There's a new team coming in the league already in the Tier 2 division.
Yep, they'll be in the Warren Pirates. So we would, the Youngstown Patricians will have
a local rivalry.
Yeah, that's and I think that was a conversation that Jermaine Camo had with them the other day. And
Columbus Fire will be kicking off this evening.
Certainly, it's just more football in the air. And you know what? For teams like this, it's really going to help in terms of travel. That's going to be 2 games a year where it's going to be less than 30 minutes travel, and that is an issue for these teams.
Not only the travel aspect, but I'd say getting butts in the seats.
Absolutely.
More local like that, you'll have more people in seats. It'll be a lot more fun atmosphere too with the rivalry.
Yeah, the one thing I would love to see is more local talent coming out of high school. Now, we're talking people that are post-high school, so
right.
High school, 19,
college.
20, 21 years old. Yep. Certainly, if you are post-high school, if you played in college, we've even seen some pro players. The Columbus Fire have had a few of those as well. And All levels are welcome. As the Columbus Fire kickoff team makes their way out here, the Hurricanes will set up the return team.
Cannot see the number.
The numbers on the jerseys are hard to see here, but
well, he's also got it all rolled up, so it's awfully hard to see who the
right now the Hurricanes
returner
with
is.
8 men on the front line, as Horton will get ready to kick this one off. Running just a few minutes behind here in Akron. 3A championship here, and we're already going to get a whistle. Okay, so there is a question of, okay, we're going to kick off from the 35 and not the 40-yard line. The 40-yard line is where the high school kicks off. There is an X on there, and it looked like that Craig Horton had set that up there. And our head linesman came out and checked with our referee. Referee said, okay, we'll move it back 5. All right. So Horton to kick this one off for the Columbus Fire. He'll kick off left to right if you're listening in on the iMedia One Network app. Or if you're watching in on Facebook, you can see the beautiful afternoon here. Horton now going to put a boot into it. And this one's going to be a deep end-over-end kick picked up at the 10-yard line by Michigan. Michigan out to the 20, taking it to the far side, has some room to run, has a wall, and he's going to be gone. 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Michigan takes a 6-0 lead with 14:45 left here, but hold the phones. There is a flag at the 41-yard line. Dave, that is in the area usually of the kickoff team being offside.
I was going to say either offside or maybe there was a block in the back.
Well, we'll see if we get a call from our
offsides.
So that penalty may be declined. So, no, you're right, for a block in the back against Michigan, so they will retain the ball. However, the points will be wiped off the board, and the Hurricanes will take over 14:43 of the first quarter. Now the question is, where will they mark the ball? Where was the foul?
They're marking it off from the 41.
All right, so they will head back over to the Hurricane side of the field. They'll mark this one at the 49-yard line. So nonetheless, the Michigan Hurricanes will start off with good field position, 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. Only 7 seconds gone by here. Michigan with a TD wiped off the board. Again, for the Columbus Fire, they are looking for their second league title in a row in 2 different leagues. Michigan moving from right to left. We'll get the whistle for play, and Michigan will now send one single receiver to the far side, 2 receivers to the near side. Deion Haynes will be the outside receiver. Going to a shotgun, one running back to the right of the signal caller. Handoff off the left side, room to run. He'll make it just across the 50-yard line down to the 49. Maybe a pickup of 2 on that. We'll see where they're going to mark it. If not, it'll be... So they're going to be 2nd and 9 for Michigan as we try to get the number for the...
Robert Beatty on the carry.
Mont Brown, quarterback for the Hurricanes. 14-12 here. Clock will run. Just underway here in Akron. PAFL 3A championship. As again, they will now go 2 by 2 with the receivers. Brown in a shotgun, one running back to his left. He'll send a man in motion. That'll be Blevins. Hand it off to the right side. They'll test the right side again. Not much room to run. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. And we'll call it 3rd and 9 now. Well, 3rd and 8, actually. They gave him credit for 2 the last time, although... So 3rd down now for Michigan. No score here. The Hurricane touchdown wiped off on the kickoff by virtue of a block in the back. They'll go back to the 2 by 2 set. Brown in the shotgun. One running back to his left hip. Fire showing some pressure up front. Back to pass. 3-step drop. Fires out to the right. and it's going to be caught at the 45-yard line. And he'll be rode out of bounds by a trio of Columbus Fire players. Again, we're having a little bit of difficulty seeing these numbers, but...
Pass is complete to number 0.
All right, so that's going to be Latrell Tompkins on the reception for Michigan.
4th down and 5.
So 4th and 5, the Hurricanes will send on the punt team. The Columbus Fire look forward to getting their first possession of the day. Ball now marked at the Fire 46-yard line. Hurricanes going to try to pin them back. Victor Lash going to head to the sideline here. A little bit of confusion with the Columbus Fire personnel. And Columbus is going to have to take a timeout. Clock stopped with 12:21 left here in the first quarter. Columbus will take their first timeout, and we will also. You are listening to the 2025 PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Youngstown.
12:21 here as we come out of the Columbus Fire timeout. Hurricanes are going to punt this one away. 2 returners back right now for the Columbus Fire. That'll include Aaron Davis. Actually, it looks like the Hurricanes are going to go for it. I apologize. Two receivers to the left side, single receiver to the far side. And they're going to pooch kick this one. Flags on the play. We'll get whistles before he can get this one off. See if it was an illegal procedure penalty. So they're going to say a false start coming up against the Hurricanes. That'll move them back 5. I don't think they're going to be any worse for the wear. As it'll be a 4th and 9 at that point. Actually might give the punter, depending on his capability, a little bit more room to work.
Yeah, maybe it'll pin him deep.
All right, so we'll try this one again. Aaron Davis back to return for the Columbus Fire. Michigan to punt this one away. Good snap back. He'll get this one. It's going to be a high end over end. It'll hit the ground at the 25 and be picked up at the 13-yard line. Out to the 25 and brought out to the 30-yard line. Aaron Davis with the brave return there. And Columbus will have the ball for the first time today with 11:55 left here in the first quarter. Hurricanes not able to do anything with their first possession. The Fire now we'll get a shot at it. They'll mark it right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 on the Columbus Fire side of the field. A lot of names here for the Columbus Fire. They've been around a long time here, and you'll hear some of them tonight.
First down, Columbus Fire.
They'll work from the right hash. Columbus going to go 2 receivers to each side this time. They'll work from the right hash, moving left to right on your devices. Mike Tatum at quarterback for the Columbus Fire. He put on quite the show last year in Pennsylvania. Michigan showing pressure up front. Back to pass, 3-step drop, stepping up in the pocket. He'll find some room, toss it downfield, has a wide open receiver, and it's going to be caught at the 35. He'll work his way to the 20 and be brought down at the 25-yard line. And just like that, the Columbus Fire are 1st and 10 on the Michigan side of the field.
First down, Fire.
I believe that's going to be Aaron Davis on the reception. Davis also on the punt return that brought it out to the Fire 30. Now they will be 1st and 10 at the Hurricane 25 with 11:22 left here. First quarter. We have no score yet. They'll go back to the 2-by-2 receivers. Pistol formation this time. Hand it off up the middle. Tested. It's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Nowhere to go. He'll have a couple-yard loss on that. Devon Jackson, the Hurricane linebacker, coming through the A-gap there, wrapping him up.
1 yard loss on the play.
And it'll be 2nd and 11 now for the Columbus Fire. Officials doing some housekeeping on the sidelines. Both teams seem to have a full roster today. So we'll go 3 receivers now to the right of Tatum. Single receiver to the far side. That'll be Aaron Davis. 2nd and 12. Ball at the Hurricane 27-yard line. 10:20 left here, first quarter. We are scoreless here on this beautiful Saturday evening in Akron. Tatum back to pass. Immediately under pressure, and he's brought down at the 35-yard line. That'll be a loss of 8. And plenty of pressure coming from the Hurricanes right up the middle. Columbus Fire offensive line looking for answers. They will have to get to the Hurricane 15-yard line for a first down. So 3rd down and 20 now for Columbus. 9:42 left here, first quarter. Fire again are going to go back to the 2-by-2 receiver set. Tatum in the shotgun. Clock still running. Ball's a low snap. It's going to go down, but it's going to be covered up. And we'll get the whistles as another negative play for the Columbus Fire. Mike Tatum not happy with that one between the low snap, and it looked like he also slipped a little bit when he was trying to recover the ball.
Yeah, it looks like he totally lost his footing. Then got his feet tied up trying to get back to the ball, and luckily he did get back on it.
Now they'll mark the ball at the 43 now.
Youngstown.
Yeah, or Jesse Caldwell would say 4th and a cup of coffee. Again, they are going to be marked at the 43. They're going to have to get to the Hurricane 15-yard line for a first down. Fire known for big plays, so not impossible at all. They'll go 2 receivers again. Excuse me, empty backfield now for Tatum. 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Tatum waiting for the snap. Under pressure again, going to be chased down. Trying to find room to run. He's brought down at the Fire 40-yard line. Excuse me, that was going to be Latrell Tompkins chasing him around. And Tompkins, as well as Devon Jackson, have been living in the Fire backfield here so far. 8:08 left here, first quarter. And the Columbus Fire will have to punt this one away.
Yeah, he really needed to get rid of that ball instead of hanging on to it, trying to make a play out of it.
I don't know if he ever had a chance. There was a lot of blue jerseys coming in there.
It was a wave.
Yeah, it's, dare we say, a flood. All right, so Hurricanes, ball 1st and 10 at the Fire 40-yard line. They'll go single receiver to the far side, pistol formation of a fullback to the left. They'll hand this one off up the middle, try to test that. Pick up a couple yards on the play. Jalen Collins on the carry for Michigan. See where they're going to mark this one at. They'll give him the 37-yard line. So pick up a 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 now for the Columbus Fire. 7:45 left here in the first quarter. Michigan now going to send 3 receivers to the right and 1 single receiver to the left. Brown with the snap, quick pass out to the far side and some room to run, and he'll make his way down past the 30 to the 29-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a Michigan first down.
First down, Hurricanes.
Clock will continue to run, 7:12 here of the first quarter. Fire with one possession here so far, but went in the wrong direction after one big play by Aaron Davis. All negative plays for Columbus. So Brown with Jalen Collins in the backfield with him. A wing to the right, two receivers to his left. One high safety for Columbus. Hand off the left side, room to run. And he'll fight his way down near the 21 or 22 yard line. Collins on the carry for Michigan again. Michigan on the march.
Number 3 on the carry. 2nd down and 3.
Second and 3 from the 22 yard line. Michigan will send two receivers to the far side, two receivers to the near side. Now we Deion Haynes on the outside here. And I believe we're going to have a timeout. 6:11 left here, first quarter. Timeout here in Akron. We'll step aside for a quick break. You are listening to the PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
Hurricane.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in two different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hurricanes take a timeout. 6:11 left here, first quarter, no score. 2nd and 3 now, ball at the Fire 22 yard line as the Hurricanes march downfield. This drive starting at the Fire 40 yard line after a sack on Mike Tatum. So receivers, two receivers out to the far side now, single receiver to the near side. They go pistol formation with a fullback. Lamont Brown waiting for the snap. He'll set Collins back a few yards. Some pressure being shown by the Fire. Hand off up the middle. Trying to fight his way down near the 20 yard line. Corey Jones on the carry for Michigan. They'll mark it right at the 20. They'll have to get to the 19 for a first down. So 3rd down for Michigan. 5:55 left here, first quarter. Receivers 2 by 2. Brown in the shotgun. Jones to his left. One high safety for the Fire. Back to pass. Fires out over there on the slant. And led him just too far. Couldn't connect on it. Pass was intended for Gary Riggs.
4th down and 1.
So 4th and 1 here. We'll see if the Hurricanes have a kicker. At least a dependable one. Even at the 20 yard line, you're talking about a 37 yard field goal. And the Hurricanes not in any rush. They'll take their time. So Brown to the huddle from the sideline with the play. 4th and 1 from the 20. And Brown not happy about the personnel. Looks like he's missing somebody. And right now they may have to take a timeout before the play clock expires. Well, looks like they're going to go right to the line. So some latitude being given here by the officials. Collins the fullback, handoff up the middle again, going to hit to the line, bounce it out to the, try to bounce it out to the right side, and Corey Jones had nowhere to go, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. The Columbus Fire will have their second shot on offense with 5:29 left here, first quarter. So after a bend but don't break defensive stand by the Fire, they will start at the 21 yard line. This game, the culmination of the 2025 PAFL season. 2 weeks ago, we had the 2A game right here in Akron. The Ohio Broncos winning the 2A version of the PAFL championship, defeating the Beaver County Arctic Bengals. First and 10 for the Columbus Fire. Corey Jones will be the single receiver to the near side. He'll be one-on-one. Handoff off the right side. The Fire working their way out past the 25, down near the 26-yard line. That's going to be Delvon Hines on the carry. Correction. It's going to be Jalen Collins. I'll try that one more time. I'm not sure if it's Cam Jackson or if it's going to be Jabari Perkins. We have 2 number 3s for the Fire. So the Fire now 2nd and 4, ball at their own 27-yard line. Tatum in the shotgun. He'll full back to his right, tailback behind him. Single receivers to each side. They'll go tight with a stand-up tight end on the right side. Tatum with the handoff. And they'll get out past the 30, near the 31. It'll be close to a first down. We'll see where they're going to mark it. And by all indications, it looks like it's going to be a first down for the Fire. At or near the 31 with 4:28.
First.
All right. So the Fire going to chip away here. As I believe Darius. Well, we got two number 10s as well. One a linebacker, one listed as otherwise. 4:05. Here's the clock continues to run down. Tatum back in the shotgun. Fullback, tailback with them. Terry Mahan, stand up tight end to the right. Hurricanes crowding the line as Tatum waits for the snap. High snap, but he'll bring it down. He'll pitch it out to the far side and be brought down near the 25-yard line. That'll be a loss of just about 6 on the play.
5-yard loss.
They'll credit Emmanuel Biggs with the tackle for Michigan.
Yeah, Hurricane sniffed that out real quick. Like they actually knew exactly where he was going with that pitch.
Excuse me, Deshaun Adams on the tackle for Michigan. Again, having a tough time seeing these numbers from up here. They kind of blend in with the jerseys. Dark jerseys, dark numbers.
Especially with the sun beating right on them.
Well, hopefully maybe a little later. Maybe under the lights they'll look a little different.
Maybe.
I'm
usually not the case.
not optimistic here. So 2nd and 15 from the 26-yard line. Tatum waiting for the snap. He'll try to hard count. Somebody's going to move, and we're going to have a false start coming up against Columbus. So it will be 2nd and 20 at the 21-yard line. Again, Columbus going in the wrong direction. Clock will begin to run again. 2:55 left here, first quarter.
Columbus all the way back to the original line of scrimmage for this drive.
And it seems like they just continuously go now in the wrong direction. So receivers 2 by 2 for Tatum. You have one running back in. Some movement again on the line. Maybe it might be Javonte Bing that
Offsides on the defense.
got the little bit of an early start.
Nope, that would call that one on the defense, so they're
it's a good back. Okay, so they'll credit Michigan with the encroachment.
Line jumped.
So the Columbus Fire from the huddle will get back to the 26-yard line. 2nd and 15 again. So the officials taketh 5 away and giveth 5. So Tatum in the shotgun. Receivers 2 by 2. They'll have to adjust the formation to make sure they have 4 in the backfield. With 1:43 left here, first quarter. Tatum back to pass, rolling out to the near side under pressure. Fires it out near the 37, and it's going to be incomplete. Pass was intended for Quan Bender.
It's 3rd
And that will bring up 3rd down now for the Columbus Fire. So a rough start here for really both offenses. Hurricanes had a little bit going. Their drive stalled out in Fire territory. Columbus Fire on their first play They get into Hurricane territory, but then go backwards from there. .133 left here, first quarter. Two receivers to each side now. Columbus will have to get to their own 41-yard line for a first down. Send a man in motion from left to right. That'll be Aaron Davis. Tatum trying to find room to run up the middle. Trying to plant his feet, keeping his eyes downfield. Under pressure, brought down, tosses the ball up. And it's going to be caught somehow or another on I guess, an Aaron Rodgers-esque pass. I think that's going to be Rodney Cube on the reception, known by friends and family as Juice.
Bringing us to a 4th down and 7.
So 4th down now for Columbus. Hurricane returner will post up right around his own 27-yard line. Malik rocks. Back to return. And we're going to get a whistle. So Michigan is going to take a timeout here. 28 seconds left here, first quarter. We'll take a break as well. You are listening to the PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Michigan taking a timeout here, 28 seconds left in the first quarter. So again, they will attempt to punt this one away. I think having some personnel issues. So waiting for the snap here. Trying to hard count here, a little bit high, but he'll bring it down, get this one away. Some pressure here, ball high in the air. No return on this one. It'll bounce near the 25-yard line. And the Michigan returner kind of tempting, like he was going to touch it, but Malik Rocks got pushed down. No penalty on the play. And that's where Michigan will take over 1st and 10 with 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. They'll mark it right at the 23-yard line. And Hurricanes will try again to get a drive going. Get their drive stalled out the last time on the Fire side of the field. So 1st and 10 for Michigan. Michigan will get their personnel on the field. Lamont Brown bringing in the play from the sideline, though. Again, they'll mark it at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10. No score here as we wind down the first quarter here in Akron. They'll go receivers 2-by-2, pistol formation, one back behind Brown. Handoff this time off the left side. Try to test it. They picked up a couple yards on the play. Ball came loose here, but the official's going to say he's down. And really no argument there.
2 yards into the play. bringing us to the end of the
And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter here in Akron after one. Here in the PAFL 3A Championship, Columbus Fire and the Michigan Hurricanes are scoreless. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You were listening to PAFL Football here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One Network, Youngstown, Ohio.
At the 25-yard line, the Hurricanes will have it 2nd and 8. As we get ready to kick off the second frame of this title game. All right, Brown now have two receivers to his right side. Wing to the left. He'll be in a pistol formation back behind him. Single receiver to the far side. Twins to his right. Hands off to the left side. Under pressure, and he's going to be brought down. Nowhere to go. Shondell Holloway, I think, was the first one in there to make contact, and that's going to be a loss on the play. We'll see where they're going to mark it here based on the forward progress. Lamont Brown showing some frustration.
About 2-yard loss on that.
Craig Horton will make his way to the field. Yeah, it'll be 3rd and 11 now. Ball at the Hurricanes' 22-yard line. Neither team really with anything sustained, as we have a scoreless first quarter, or after a scoreless first quarter. Twin receivers to the near side. That'll be Haynes and Perry. They'll send a third receiver now. It'll be 3 receivers to the right. Empty backfield now. They'll go 2 by 3. Brown waiting for the snap here. It's 3rd and 11 for the Hurricanes. Brown back to pass. Fires down the left side of the field, and it's going to be complete at midfield. Inside Fire territory, down to the 40-yard line. Robert Beatty, the third, with the reception, puts the Fire in Hurricane territory. 13:25 left here, second quarter. We are scoreless. As the Hurricanes, they looked like they were going to go up-tempo, but they're going to head back to the huddle now. Three receivers now to the right of Brown, 2 to the left. Empty backfield for Michigan. 12:53 left here, second quarter. They'll send a man from the right side to the left side. 3 by 2 now. Brown, quick pass out to the far side. It's going to go off the fingertips of his receiver and into the sideline. Bring up 2nd and 10 now for Michigan with 12:43 left in the first half. Big College Saturday here in the state of Ohio. The Ohio State Buckeyes taking on the Texas Longhorns earlier. They get the 14-7 win over the preseason #1 team in the nation. Arch Manning not having a great day. But I'll say the Ohio State defense, Dave, looks pretty good. So 2 by 3 are the receivers. Brown looking out to his right. Scanning the field, fires downfield. It's going to be tipped. It's going to be intercepted by Columbus. Brought out to the 25-yard line to be just short of the 25, actually at the 24. And it's a first down for the Fire. Clyde Wofford on the interception. We'll give the Fire some life here. They'll get the turnover. Fire also will get the ball in the third quarter here, so that should play in strategically. So 1st and 10 for Columbus. They'll mark this at the 26-yard line. 74 yards to go for the Fire. Mike Tatum in a pistol. Again, full back to his left, tail back to the rear. They'll hand it off the left side. Going to test that. Plenty of room to run past the 30 and out near the 32-yard line. Juice Coop on the carry for the Fire. So 2nd and 3 now. They'll mark it at the 33-yard line as we near the 12-minute mark of the second quarter. Neither team able to put any points up on the board just yet. Jabari Perkins will be the single receiver to the near side now. He'll be one-on-one with Haynes. Tatum waiting for the snap. Tatum with the handoff again. They'll test that middle. And got to about the 35-yard line. May have picked up 2 on the play. Just about a yard short of a first down.
Carry 3rd down and 1.
And we're going to get a whistle here. So I see the line judge coming out towards the Fire huddle, but I'm not sure if this is an official's timeout. I got to assume. Line judge going to come out and speak with the referee. All right, so whatever it is didn't seem that important. $11:29 left here in the second quarter, and an unknown delay now as the head linesman will come in and talk to the referee as well.
That's what I thought it was.
Okay.
Somebody lifted their helmet probably to wipe sweat or something off their brow, and now they're telling them if the helmet comes off in any way, you report to the sidelines. You will not be in.
All right, so interesting.
So
I don't know if that required that much of a delay, but as Tatum now will wait for the snap. Single receiver to the near side. Again, that'll be Perkins. One-on-one with Haynes. Hand off again, and contact in the backfield, nowhere to go. And a loss of yards again. Robert Kennedy, one of the team captains, coming in, making the tackle. And that'll set back the Fire. It'll be 4th and just about 5. As they'll have to punt this one away. So the stalemate continues here between the Fire.
Both these defenses are holding really well. Neither one's giving up a lot of yards. They'll give up a big pass play, but then when it gets down to that short yardage, they're holding.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming from both sides here. So defensive game here
and
so far.
They both tried to go up their centers on both, and it's not the center lines of those defenses are not breaking.
All right, so a little glitch in a little hitch in our giddy up, as we'll say. as we'll have a 1st and 10 for the Fire at the 40. We'll mark at the 42-yard line. Fire after the interception with the fake punt. We'll have Tatum now in the pistol formation. Fullback to his right, tailback to his left. Single receiver to the near side. Tatum back to pass. Under pressure immediately. Brought down at the 35-yard line. Had 0 time back there to throw. And Andrew Carroll on the tackle. Dave, like you said, so much pressure coming from these defenses. Neither team really has any time for anything to develop.
No, not at all. These defenses are quick. They're blowing right through their counterparts on the other side and just they're obliterating those offensive lines. They're literally making them look like Swiss cheese. A loss of close to 8 on that.
So a tough one here so far defensively. Both offenses struggling. Second and 17 now. Ball at the Fire 35-yard line. 8:09 left here. First quarter. Tatum now waiting for the snap. Receivers 2 by 2. A little bit high. He'll bring it down. Under pressure, firing downfield. Has a man open, but it's going to head into the sideline. He was looking for Jabari Perkins, but overthrew it. And the Fire struggles on offense continue. With 7:50 left here, second quarter. Fire again would have to get to the Hurricane 48-yard line for a first down. So third down for the Columbus Fire. Tatum looking for an extra receiver here. They'll send somebody in. I believe that's going to be Tariq Carter. Or James Fields. Couldn't see it. The 8 and the 6 looks a little rough.
That was number 8.
All right. So Fields on the field. Tatum trying to up the middle. Under pressure. Has a little bit of room. Fires over the middle. He was actually trying to throw across his body to Mikael Wiggins. And that's going to be incomplete. So fourth down here is Columbus will have to send the punt team on to send this one away, and the defensive battle continues between these teams. You look back at the games here between these two. And back on May 31st, it was a 13-8 game. And then on July 12th, a 14-12 game, both in favor of the Fire. The Michigan returner going to post up right around the Hurricane 24-yard line. So movement up front, the left side, and we'll get a whistle. At 213s, it might be Victor Lash that moved. And that might set, actually going to say encroachment on Michigan. Saw that left side move there, Dave. And
I did too. I just sworn that was on the Fire, but obviously the line judge saw something we didn't.
Yeah, not really going to help them, as it's only going to give them 5 yards. Again, they have to get to the 48-yard line on the Hurricane side. They'll now be at the Fire 40-yard line. As they'll punt this one away. Good snap. Plenty of time to get. It's going to be an awkward. It'll come off awkwardly off his foot, end over end at the 30. It'll take a bounce. He'll cover it up at the 26-yard line. A dangerous recovery there for Michigan, but it'll save him a few yards. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes with 7:28 left here in the second quarter. We are scoreless.
First down, Hurricanes.
All defense. And literally say this game has been all defense.
Yeah, it just seems like the timing is completely off.
Yeah. Neither offensive line is really letting any play develop and letting their quarterback have time to even throw the ball.
So 1st and 10 for Michigan. They'll mark the ball at the 29-yard line. Receivers 2 by 2, and actually going to send 3 to the near side. 2 receivers to the left. .7:28 left here. Clock will start on the snap. Trying to get some movement up front. Nowhere to go here. He'll tuck it, get it past the 30, now near the 33-yard line. I believe we're going to have a new quarterback for the Michigan Hurricanes on that one. I believe it's going to be Devon Jackson. I believe that was a number 10. More of a Wildcat offense.
Five-yard gain on the play.
All right, so 2nd and 5 for Michigan. 6:55 left here. Clock continuing to run here as we approach halftime. Empty backfield again as they'll go 3 receivers to the left. Actually going to bring one back now. He'll be to the right hip. And now behind the signal caller. So receivers 2 by 2, 6:32 left. Handoff up the middle, nowhere to go. Contact made right at the line of scrimmage. He'll be brought down. I think that's going to be Trey Chavis on the tackle.
Third down and 7.
It was Julius Smith on the carry. And that is Burgess in there, by the way, the quarterback.
So both offensive lines continue to struggle here.
Yeah.
3rd and 7, ball at the 32-yard line. Very slow pace, actually. Officials look kind of almost they're being very liberal with the play clock. But the game clock continues to roll here at just under 6 minutes to play. As they'll go back to that 2-by-2 set. Three-step drop back to pass, looking out to his left, fires downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Great defense by the Columbus secondary.
Incomplete pass on the play.
Antoine Burgess taking a shot downfield for the Hurricanes, and that'll bring up 4th down for Michigan. They'll have to punt this one away, and we continue to be scoreless here with 5:29 left here in the second quarter. For the Fire now, they'll post up right around their own 30-yard line. They'll get this one away. High spiraling punt. This one should be returnable. Picked up near the 15-yard line. Fire headed towards their own sideline and brought down near the 29-yard line. With 5:17 left here in the second quarter. I believe that's going to be James Fields on the return for the Fire. See if the Columbus can get something going here before the half. The 3A PAFL Championship here at Joseph Yost Stadium in Akron.
Fire take over at the 33-yard line. First down.
So right now, Fire with 2 timeouts left. The Hurricanes with 1. They'll get the whistle for plays. They'll exchange some personnel. 1st and 10, ball at the 33-yard line. Clock will start on the snap. So max protection now in the backfield for Tatum as the Fire try to make adjustments. Hand this one off up the middle. He'll get a good push. And out near the 36-yard line. Pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Now for Columbus as we hit the 5-minute mark of the second quarter.
3-yard gain in the play. 2nd down and 7.
Back and forth continues here between the Fire and the Hurricanes. Tatum with 3 backs in the backfield now, single receiver to each side. Off the left side, has a holder run, contact made, got out to the 38, may have picked up 2 on the play. Coop on the carry for the Fire. I just want to take a chance to thank him helping me out with the roster for They'll fight forward past the 40 down near the 42-yard line. And it might be just short of a first down, so it's going to be 4th down as Mike Haynes with the carry for the Fire. Justin Head in the backfield for the Fire. Listed as a defensive tackle and offensive lineman, but he looks every bit of it. But if he gets a little momentum going,
freight train.
You might want to make a business decision on that one. I believe that's what Deion Sanders used to call it. So they'll go back to the 3-back set, including Justin Head. Right to the left of Tatum. Tatum. Flag immediately, and we're going to get a whistle. So an encroachment coming up against Michigan is a preliminary signal. Clock will stop with 2:51 left here, first half.
Well, they'll give them the automatic first down off the penalty.
Indeed it will. That was the preliminary signal. We'll see if we get the official signal here. Hurricanes say it's on the Fire, but the
line judge on our side says it's on the Hurricanes.
That's what he...
Now it...
Is he trying to communicate with the head linesman on the other side?
I don't know what he... I'm seeing him pointing one way and pointing the other direction, and...
All right, so this is going to be on the Hurricanes. They'll move this one up to the 46-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for Columbus.
First down, Fire.
Almost looked like he was going to do a hula for a minute.
Yeah, we're trying to read the signals, and they're just they're interesting to say the least. So they're remaining in the 3-back set. They'll overload the left side of Tatum, trying to protect him. Quick handoff, and a twisting turn out past the 50, down to the 48-yard line. They'll get to the Hurricane side of the field. Indy Thomas on the carry for the Fire. And the clock will continue to run. We'll see if we get another playoff here before the 2-minute warning. What's becoming a cool night here in Akron. It's hard to believe it's still August here.
Yeah. Well, September's tomorrow? No, Monday.
Yes, we have 31 days. Yeah,
31
that's right.
days.
Labor Day is on the 1st.
2-minute warning.
All right, so we're going to hit the 2-minute warning here in Akron, where we remain scoreless. You are listening to the PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia One network.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local events. Tune in and be part of their live weekly shows, as well as the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the PAFL. Find them on westernreserveradio.com, tune in, and the Live 365 app to be part of the area's conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio or on Twitter at WR_radio.
The stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
The 2-minute warning here. We are scoreless, headed into the half here. Columbus with the ball, 2nd and 4 at the Hurricane 48-yard line. A relatively cool night here for the end of August. Feels like football weather, though.
Down to 65 degrees right now. We've already lost 3 degrees since kickoff.
Well, that sun going down to our left, down behind the trees, so sunset coming earlier and earlier. Tatum now again will set up with the 3 running backs. They'll load him to the left to protect that side. Single receiver to each side. Tatum with the count. Hurricane showing pressure. Try to get out to the far side. Nowhere to go. Ball's loose on the ground, and it's under the pile, and I'm sure it's going to change hands. Hurricanes say they have it. We'll see if we get their official signal. The Hurricanes are positive they've got it. And indeed, that's going to be the case here. So a fumble
Michigan Hurricanes
by Tatum gives Michigan life here with just 1:50 left here in the first half. Hurricanes have 1 timeout. Columbus has 2.
I think throwing off Columbus's rhythm is the constant overshooting between the exchange between center and quarterback. He's got to jump up almost every time to bring that snap down.
Yeah, and it certainly will throw the timing off.
It throws your timing off completely.
And then not to mention that Michigan is sending more players than Columbus can block. This becomes a math issue. So the ball now at the Fire 44-yard line. 1:50 left here, first half. We are scoreless. And even bringing in that heavy package in the backfield is really becoming, it hasn't really helped much.
No, it really hasn't, because there's still the exchange between the center and the quarterback just isn't there.
And then you consider on the other side, it's the same thing happening to the Hurricane offense. They are under pressure as Brown now back at quarterback, 3 receivers to his left. Left-handed quarterback firing out to the left, caught at the 39-yard line. Get past the 35, down near the 32-yard line. Delvon Hines on the reception for the Hurricanes. And that's going to be a first down for Michigan. 90 seconds remaining here in the first half.
I think Michigan's going to go to that hurry-up offense now.
Up tempo, 3x2 are the receivers. 1:20 left here, second quarter. Brown waiting for the snap, back to pass. Time to throw, under pressure now though. It's going to break down, and he's going to be brought down at the 45-yard line. A loss of 12 on the play. 2nd and 22 as the clock will stop with 1:04 left here. We have a Hurricane player down. I don't know if they're down or if they're just piled up on top of each other.
No, he's pretty much done, and I'm almost.
All right, so an injured player down here, 1:04 left here in the second quarter. We will step aside for a timeout. You are listening to the 2025 PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio, a part of the iMedia One network.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
1:04 left here in the first half. Had an injury timeout, and Michigan will take a timeout, I guess, as well.
Hurricanes, 3rd and final timeout.
All right, so Michigan will take their 3rd timeout.
We got a full slate coming up this week.
Certainly do. Friday night will be busy for us here as we will have the high school football season week 3, as well as the Youngstown Phantoms coming up.
Yep, preseason against Cedar Rapids. So, can't wait. I'm looking forward to working with
a little something there as we work closely.
We are flipping sides of the press box this year. So there's.
How is it that we were on the wrong side for that many years and didn't know?
Hey,
folks, that's a story in unto itself. So 2nd and 22 here, ball at the 45-yard line. 104 left here, first half, no score. Antoine Burgess back at quarterback. And up single receiver to the near side. 4 receivers to the left of Burgess. Pressure being shown by the Fire. Stepping up in the pocket, rolling out to the near side now. Throws it across the middle, going to be incomplete. In and out of the hands of Marcus Perry. That'll bring up 3rd and 22 now with just under a minute to play here in the first half. As they play some of the Halloween music here, David, that's coming up.
No.
It feels like it tonight.
It does, especially since I won't name the name of the company, but they've already put out their pumpkin spice stuff. I think most of it started this weekend or next.
They saw the temperature and let's get it out, I guess.
It's just getting earlier and earlier.
Yeah, I don't mind the fall. However, that only reminds me of what's coming after that.
Yes. That white stuff that falls from the sky.
So 3rd and 22, ball still at the 45-yard line. Receivers 3-by-2 for the Hurricanes. Wait for the snap. On the ground, but he'll be able to pick it up as Burgess is going to roll out to the far side. Fires over the middle, and it's actually going to be caught at the 25-yard line. Oh! Now the Fire have the ball. I don't know if they're going to say it's an interception or a reception. Saying the ball came up off the receiver. And now the officials are going to talk about this. They're going to try to get everybody out of the way and have a conversation. So the ball somehow bounced up from the Hurricane receiver and into the hands of the Fire defensive back.
That's what I was wondering, if it didn't bounce off him as he hit the turf.
That would put him down. So as he was contact on the ground,
but he wasn't contacted.
Well, I think that's what I believe. That's what Columbus is trying to argue.
That he was never. Where are we going?
The Fire are going to take a timeout with 40 seconds left. See if they can get something squared away here. Fire will be left with 1 timeout here in the half.
I'm going to be awfully interested when I go back and watch this tonight, because I have it on camera what happened.
Yeah, we didn't get down. I thought he had gone down. There were some people in our view but they're saying the ball bounced up, I guess, and was picked up by the Fire. But the argument we argue down by contact.
Bounced off him as he was going down, and it went up in the air, and the Fire.
Well, I believe the Columbus Fire would agree with you wholeheartedly.
I know they would, because I swear that's what I saw.
And I think there's
but
some
we have
serious
a different
disappointment.
Point, so
we do. A little bit higher here than we were 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which kind of helps, but certainly
more of a bird's eye view up here.
Well. All right, so 4th and 3 for Michigan. Ball at the 26-yard line. Officials still at midfield. I don't know if they're exchanging notes or what they're doing here, but
takeout order for later.
Dinner plans coming up post-game. Have to see what that was. All right. So Burgess at the quarterback position. Burgess will take it himself up the middle. He'll make his way down near the 15-yard line and up for a Hurricane first down. 30 seconds left. No timeout, so I'll have to get right back to the line. Receivers 3 by 2. Burgess waiting for the snap, low, but he'll pick it up. Fired across the middle. It's going to be caught at the 5-yard line. An outstanding reception. Robert Beatty on the catch there. 9 seconds left here. Burgess looking to get the snap off. Receivers 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Burgess trying to take it himself. Actually dumps it over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 2 seconds. That'll bring up 3rd down. They'll have enough time for one play, and there's a flag and a hold coming up against the Hurricanes. So now, regardless, there'll be one play left here, unless they're going to run this down based on the penalty. Will this be a 10-second runoff? I can hear down on the sideline the Columbus Fire saying that they believe it's a 10-second runoff. And so they're going to mark the ball at the 16-yard line. It looks like the Hurricanes will get one shot at this to get into the end zone. We're scoreless here, first half. And our referee now stopping. This is going to be an official timeout, I believe, as the Columbus Fire think that should be a 10-second. And so the Hurricanes take a timeout.
They don't have a timeout.
I thought that they were out.
They don't have a timeout to call.
I'm a little.
The board has said 0 timeouts for them, though.
And according to what I've gotten here, I've got 1 timeout left for Columbus, 0 timeouts for the Hurricanes, but they get a 4th timeout here in the first half. And I believe maybe our officials just determined that. Now, if they try to take that 4th timeout, that potentially could be an unsportsmanlike.
Which is a 15 and a 10-second runoff under 2 minutes.
You would seem to believe so, as our referee now talking to the coaching staff on the Hurricane sideline. Mike Tatum making what I believe is a good argument here. As a lot of confusion here. I believe there's a couple of issues here. One being that they just got a 4th timeout. But on the penalty prior to that, there should be a runoff. And that's going to be the case. That's going to bring us to the end of the first half. After some discussion with the officials, we head to the break. After 2, it's the Columbus Fire 0, the Michigan Hurricanes 0. You're listening to the PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Western Reserve Radio is the Valley's online source for sports talk and local events. Tune in and be part of their live weekly shows, as well as the hard-hitting action of Youngstown Phantoms hockey, high school football, and the PAFL. Find them on westernreserveradio.com, tune in, and the Live 365 app to be part of the area's conversation. Be sure to visit them on Facebook at Western Reserve Radio or on Twitter at WR_radio.
To the stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
Halftime here in Akron. It'll be a 15-minute halftime here. We are scoreless after a little bit of some confusion by the officiating crew. The Hurricanes get a holding penalty with 2 seconds left there, and after some discussion, they get the 10-second runoff, and that will take away the last opportunity for Michigan to get into the end zone in the first half.
Now, being that penalty happened at the end, will it be assessed on the kickoff?
No, I don't believe so.
It won't carry through.
So at this point, However,
it isn't unsportsmanlike.
Honestly, with the assist officiating crew, I'm not real sure, so I don't want to guess.
Are they
either
kicking
way.
off from their 15 is what I'm wondering.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. So just about 13 minutes here before the kickoff of the second half. We'd give you a scoring recap, but there is none. So
it's pretty much a defensive game.
It has been a battle.
Like the first game of the first half of Ohio State, Texas.
Yeah, certainly.
All
it is
defense, no offense.
That seems to have been the theme of the day all across the football world. But nonetheless, we still have a long way to go here in this one. So after the first half, it is the Columbus Fire 0, the Michigan Hurricane 0. We'll step aside for another timeout. You are listening to the PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier. Then make sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
The stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
Lena's Pierogi House is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One network. Youngstown, Ohio.
Is your home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard, or call 234-254-8532.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad, just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is the story of a very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is. She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces, just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
To some people, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much. But that's not necessarily true. By 6 months, they're combining vowels and consonants. By 9 months, they're trying out different kinds of sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on some meaning. Especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Early screening and intervention can make a lifetime of difference and unlock a world of possibilities. Take the first step at autismspeaks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
The following is made possible by Dad.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling all over it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
Why do you have to be careful when it's raining cats and dogs? Because you might step in a poodle.
And kids that spend more time with their dads grow up to be smarter, more successful.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
And, with any luck, funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have anybody to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
The Village Tavern's been a beloved local landmark in Hubbard, Ohio for nearly a century, and now it's better than ever. Recently renovated and still serving up the same warm hospitality, the Village Tavern is your go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and a laid-back atmosphere. Whether you're stopping in for dinner, catching up with friends, or just looking to relax, you'll enjoy a full menu of American favorites, rotating drink specials, and friendly service that makes every visit memorable. Be sure to visit the Village Tavern at 746 North Main Street in Hubbard, right next to Repair That Glass. To learn more, go to villagetavern3.com.
During the fall and winter, grilling season never ends, and Gessler Propane is your local supplier that makes sure you get your hard-earned money's worth. Why go to gas exchanges to pay higher prices for tanks not filled to capacity? Gessler Propane makes sure you're prepared for year-round grilling with 100% filled tanks at a reasonable cost. See Bob Monday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday, 9 to 3 at Gessler Propane, 702 Youngstown Poland Road, Struthers, or call 330-755-9119. Gessler Propane. They got gas.
The stations that are always ahead of the game. Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast. Youngstown, Ohio.
Just about 4.5 minutes left here before the kickoff of the third quarter. Take a look at some scores from around college football today as we get underway here with the full gamut of NCAA action. And we'll start off Oklahoma right now in the third quarter with a 21-0 lead over Illinois State. Iowa leading the University of Albany 17-7. Virginia leads Coastal Carolina 28-0. James Madison leading Weber State 28-7. Florida ranked 15 in the country with a 17-0 lead over Long Island University. Kansas State, they lead North Dakota 10-7. And Texas A&M with a 7-3 lead over the University of Texas San Antonio. And Vanderbilt shutting out Charleston Southern after the first half by a score of 20-0. Of course, earlier, the number 3 ranked Buckeyes knock off the number 1 team by a score of 14-7. And we'll see where the Buckeyes are going to be thereafter. As when you knock off the man, do you become the man? And we'll see if they're going to be able to jump the number 2 spot into the number 1 spot. But maybe a little respect for the defending champions now as they get the win at home in the Horseshoe. Trying to get you some scores as we look at the action from earlier as well. And there will be games into the night. ESPN have some games starting at 11 o'clock tonight. And we won't be able to get that here, of course. 3 minutes left here as both teams start the warm-up period. We'll step aside for a couple more minutes here, and we come back. We'll have the kickoff of the third quarter here in
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
just about to get underway here for third quarter action. Columbus Fire will receive to get the third quarter underway. We would give you a scoring recap, Dave, but not much to talk about. We could talk a lot about the defensive lines, though.
Yeah.
They have been
solid.
Working in the box there has been tough. Both offensive lines trying to find some answers. Columbus Fire making some adjustments, bringing some 3 backs into the backfield to try to give Mike Tatum some time. However,
it's the snap.
Yeah, and that has been
it's literally the entire exchange between the center and the quarterback. They need to work on it. They need to get that ball down so he's not got to leap 3 foot in the air every time they snap the ball.
All right, as we get ready for third quarter action here.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Our score remains 0-0 at the start of the second.
No score here in the third quarters. We'll
Your Columbus Fire will be returning.
get underway. This will be the final game of the 2025 PAFL season. PAFL now divided into 3A and 2A divisions, where it used to be the PAFL and the OFL, which essentially were the 3A and 2A. That was back in the mid-teens there. We were well familiar with the Ohio Football League, which was the precursor to the PAFL. Matter of fact, it was 10 years ago yesterday.
Yeah,
the Western Reserve Scourge defeated the River City Ravens for the OFL championship. And ironically, Poland hosted East last night, and Ed McElroy, former running back for the Western Reserve Scourge, is a coach with East. Got to spend some time with him last night before the kickoff. And I'll tell you, Dave, he looks like he could play today. Built like granite.
Jeez.
His son today, his son playing DeMarcus McElroy, playing for Merrimack today. Was playing up in Kent. Hopefully I can get a result from that. It was a very tight game going into the fourth quarter. So a lot to be proud of there for Ed McElroy. Of course, Coach Bob Gessler had him as a young man in high school and was very excited to see him. But great guys there from East. Got to spend some time with him. Again, old East Side guy there.
I think Bob knows everybody from everywhere every time you guys go somewhere.
Well, when you're around that many centuries, it's, you meet a few people. High end-over-end kick here as we get underway. Fielded at the 40-yard line by the Fire, and they will go no further than that. And that's where the Fire will take over 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Interesting way to start the third quarter. I don't know if that was intentional or not.
I don't think it. I mean, he tried to get some leg into it. I think it came like right off the toe.
It was...
Because it was like straight up and almost straight back down.
I don't say it looked like the Charlie Brown kick, but he looked like he put a lot into it and not a lot of distance given to it.
First down, Fire at the
But they will mark it at the 40-yard line. Fire 1st and 10. Mike Tatum and the Fire offense will try to get something going here. We're scoreless here through 2 quarters. Might be able to see these numbers a little bit better now, Dave. I'm not sure.
Kind of is looking that way. Less glare from the sun.
So we're very excited about that.
Yes.
So receivers 2 by 2. Oh, excuse me. They'll go empty backfield. Now 3 receivers to the right of Tatum. That'll be a change from the 3 backs that they had in the second quarter, trying to give him protection. So Tatum tried to fire quickly out to the far side, but he's going to be rowed down in the backfield. Nowhere to go. Again, the pressure continues. Robert Kennedy, the Hurricanes linebacker, coming through, leading the charge, bringing down Tatum. He'll lose 2. It'll be 2nd and 12 now for the Fire.
Almost looked like on that play he wanted to throw it to the wide receiver that's right in front of us. I believe that was number 9. And it's like the exchange wasn't there. The receiver was not looking at him. So then he ended up tucking and trying to run.
So after a loss of 2, 2nd and 12, ball at the Fire 38-yard line. 14-15 left here, third quarter. If you're just joining us here in the second half here in Akron, lights are on in the stadium. Sun has gone down out to our left. And Tatum now in an empty backfield, 3 by 2 set. And Columbus is going to have to take a timeout with 14 minutes left here, third quarter. And we will step aside as well. You are listening to the 2025 3A PAFL Championship here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
Here's a fun fact for you. The average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
$14 minutes left here, third quarter. Fire take their first time out. There was some confusion on the timeouts in the second quarter. It looked like, I want to say the Hurricanes got 4, but my math count may not be that good.
Well, my math count was the same, so.
Then neither one of our math counts may have been very good.
That means the scoreboard operators wasn't right either because he was in line with us.
So 3-by-2 are the receivers again as Tatum will be in the empty backfield. 14 minutes left here, third quarter. 2nd and 12 from the Fire, 38-yard line. Now Cinnamon in motion. Tatum back to pass. Fires out to the far side. Caught. He'll make his way out to the 40-yard line, and not much more than that. Hurricanes all over that one. Jabari Perkins on the reception for Columbus. It'll be wrapped up by Robert Kennedy. Kennedy all over the field tonight here for the Hurricanes. So 3rd and 10 now to get. Well, they got it at the 41, but they're going to say 3rd and 10, but they have to get to the 50 for a first down. So
I think they only give him about half a yard on that.
all right, so the officials
call it a short 10.
Have made this one interesting. 3 receivers to the left of Tatum, 2 receivers to the right. No high safety for the Hurricanes. They're showing pressure in the front. 8 in the box. As Tatum back to pass. Stepping up in the pocket, has some room to run. He'll get out past midfield into Hurricane territory, out to the 40, out of bounds, near the Michigan 35-yard line. And he'll have a first down for the Fire. 12:50 left here, third quarter. And finally, Mike Tatum finds some room to run, using that pressure that the Hurricanes are putting on against them. And we have a Hurricane player down on the far side.
Official timeout on the play.
The officials will take a timeout here.
Yeah, it looked like Tatum just hesitated just enough to get that opening there and just took off right up through the middle.
Clock will stop with 12:44 left here in the third quarter. A.D. Davis coming over to the sideline. Aaron Davis with a punt return and a big catch in the first quarter, setting up the Fire with great field position, but they went backwards from there. As the officials will roll the clock now. It'll tick down from 12:38. 1st and 10, and ball at the Hurricane 35-yard line. Now work from the left hash. Single receiver to each side. One fullback to the right of Tatum in the pistol. Tailback behind him. Stand up tight end to the right side for the Fire. He'll hand it off up the middle. And try to fight his way out near the 30-yard line. So the Fire chipping away. Here's they'll pick up 5. 2nd and 5 now for the Fire. Mark the ball at the 30 as we just reached the 12-minute mark of the third quarter. Jabari Perkins, a receiver to the far side, single receiver to the near side. They'll go with this time it'll be a wing to the right. It'll be Darian Mahan. Tatum now in the pistol. Full back to his right, tail back to the rear. Single receiver to each side. 11.5 minutes left. Handoff, trying to test that right side. Brought down, may have gotten down to the 29-yard line. And a big tackle by Andrew Carroll. Stepping down along the line of scrimmage and wrapping him up.
3rd down and 4.
3rd and 4 now, ball at the 29 as we approach 11 minutes here, third quarter. Defensive battle here so far. We are scoreless. We'll go back to the same formation. Actually, they'll have Darian Mahan up on the line now. Essentially making him a tight end, but it'll be a stand-up. Tate, play action, stepping back, fires downfield, and it's going to be overthrown. I believe that's going to be Aaron Davis was the intended receiver, but just couldn't haul it in. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Fire, but I don't know, Dave, you're at the 35 on the Hurricane side, and 10:27 left third quarter. Maybe take a shot at it.
I'd go for it.
The question, would Coach Gessler go for it?
Well,
not if Coach Noble had anything to say about it.
As much as Coach Gessler loves kickers,
probably
he'd go for it.
I don't know.
Hi, Coach. I hope you're listening.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach Noble would say about it. I've heard that argument a couple of times. Thought they were going to require some therapy. Perkins and Carter are going to be the receivers to each side as Tatum now in the pistol. Again, same formation. On the tight end to the right. Tatum making some adjustments. He'll watch the back judge. And he'll get the 5 second. Here's Tatum. Now in place. 3-step drop under pressure. Steps up, fires down over the middle, has a man. It's going to be just short. It's going to be incomplete right in the middle of the field into the end zone, but it's going to be a turnover on downs. 10:18 left here, third quarter. Michigan will take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. The defensive battle continues. Great looking pass from Mike Tatum, but we'll also have a Fire player down in the end zone. He'll just need a little help up. I think that's going to be Jabari Perkins. Perkins, one of the really good receivers for the Fire. I don't think he's real happy with himself. Thought he could fought through that, but have a feeling he will have more opportunity here.
Yeah, he's real unhappy about that catch.
Or the lack thereof. All right, so 1st and 10, and somehow or another went from the 29 to the 30-yard line. So a bonus yard for the Hurricanes. Burgess in the shotgun. Ah, Dave. Nothing like it. Just happy the Buckeyes won today.
Yeah.
Twin receivers to the far side, single receiver to the near side. They'll hand this one off the left side, and he'll be met in the backfield. Nowhere to go. I think that's going to be Collins on the carry, and that was going to be a big Jock Moss on the tackle. You might reconsider your life once Moss gets a hold of you.
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy.
Yeah, we kind of lost Collins for a second there. For a big guy, he moves fleet of foot. Let me tell you, playing the nose position for Columbus. As Burgess now in the shotgun. Back to pass, 3-step drop, stepping up, and they're going to fire out to the sideline. Caught at the 34-yard line. Deion Haynes able to bring that one in. So a positive gain for the Hurricanes. 3rd and 6 now at the 34-yard line. Again, we are scoreless here. If you like defensive battles, you are getting a treat tonight. As we enter the first full day of NCAA football. Scheduled all around there. Multiple channels. 27 channels of college football on ESPN. Burgess now running back to his left. Receivers 2x2. Back to pass. Under pressure. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Bradley Booker Jr. came unblocked. And Burgess had nowhere to go. And it's going to be 4th down now for the Hurricanes. So for whatever reason, neither team has been able to unlock these Rubik's Cube here.
Look like Swiss cheese. The defenses are coming in. Well, actually, that was off the safety. As a safety blitz, it came right off the side, and he met him right there as he turned around to pass. So it's just the quickness of these defenses today.
Maybe the coach would recommend a few maybe screens, trying to turn that aggression against the defense, but nonetheless, the Fire back to return. They'll post up right around their own 35-yard line. Snap is back, and it's going to be a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be short. It'll land near the 32, and it's going to take a Hurricane bounce. Picked up by the Fire. Aaron Davis at the 35 will head into the Erie sideline. And Aaron Davis taking the risk. It pays off just a little, but the Fire will be 1st and 10. Near the 35. We'll see. We're going to mark it officially. 7:42 left here, third quarter. No score.
Number 4 on the return. 1st down, Fire.
If you're a special teams coach, your heart may have dropped just a little bit.
Yeah.
But Davis said not a problem.
That could have been real dangerous. But he took that on one hop.
Now with a nothing game, I guess you got to take a few chances.
Yep. We'll spot it right at the 35, too.
So AD stepping up there, no fear. Or his coach would call it poison. Aaron Davis said, I'll eat that poison. All right, 7:42 left here, third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Fire at their Hurricane 35-yard line. Tatum in a pistol. Quan Bender, the receiver, to the near side now. I'll stand up tight end again. That'll be Mahan. Single receiver to the far side. He'll be one-on-one on an island out there. We'll keep an eye on that. Tatum with the handoff. Met in the backfield. Brought down for a couple-yard loss. Devontae Butler on the run.
Brought down in the backfield. Second down.
Deshaun Adamson coming through there with a textbook tackle. That'll be 2nd and 12. They'll credit him with a loss of 2 on that. Ball now at the 37-yard line. Beautiful night here in Akron. A little bit cooler than we probably would have wanted, but Cute will check in behind the fire signal collar. He'll take the handoff, work out to the left side, and a great run get inside the 35. Down to the 33-yard line. Pick up a 4. 3rd and 8 now for the Fire. And it's been a tough going. A pick up a 4 for either team right now is a successful run. Been crowding the box.
It's just keeping the consistency now in the offense.
Trying not to do too much. Just do your job. Of course, coach likes to say, do what you got to do. Perkins will be the single receiver to the far side. Andy Thomas will be the tight end on the left side. Single receiver to the near side. Tatum will wait for the snap. Wade will be the single receiver to the near side. Tatum rolling out to the far side. Fires down there, has a wide open receiver caught at the 10-yard line, inside the 5, and he'll drag his Hurricane into the end zone for a touchdown. And we have a score here in the 3A championship game. Jabari Perkins with a 35-yard touchdown pass from Tatum. Breaks the stalemate. It's a 6-0 lead for Columbus. Dave, we can give a scoring recap now.
Still going to be a quick one.
That's right. It's going to be a quick post game today. So they're going to
go
try to kick the extra point. Fire with a kicker. One person going to run off the field here. May have had too many people on the field. I'll wait for the snap. Good snap back. Kick is up. And it is good. 5:41 left here, third quarter. Columbus breaks the stalemate. They take the 7-0 lead over the Michigan Hurricanes. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
For you, the average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it, unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
5:41 left here, third quarter. Tatum finds a wide open Perkins down the far sideline. He gets into the end zone, actually dragging a Hurricane player with him into the end zone for the 35-yard touchdown reception. And now Columbus with a 7-0 lead. Columbus the winner of the two previous matchups here in 2025. One game, a 2-point game. The other game, a 5-point game. So this really isn't any much different than the previous two meetings.
Yeah.
So the matchups have been great.
And that's what you expect in a championship game. You don't expect one team to be just dominant over the other one. You expect a low-scoring and high-impact game.
Well, they will kick from the 35. May Harvey to kick this one. And this is going to be an end-over-end kick. And it'll land at the 30. Picked up on the bounce. Brought up the middle by the Hurricanes. Room to run. And it'll be brought down inside Fire territory at the 35-yard line. Malik Rocks on the return for the Hurricanes.
Almost looked like that one that he got during the first quarter.
Yeah, he caught that on the bounce, and he caught it at full speed.
Yeah.
5.5 minutes left here, third quarter. The Hurricanes are set up well in the Fire territory, trailing by a score of 7-0. Fire with a much easier time last year, winning a league title as they took on the Erie Express. It was all Columbus last year. Tonight, it has been a back-and-forth defensive affair, as it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Hurricanes at the Fire 36-yard line. And we're going to get an official's whistle for some reason from our line judge on our side. All right, so twin receivers to each side.
Okay, we have no idea what that was about.
Nope, not really. Brown back at quarterback. Low snap, he'll pick it up. And under pressure, chase down, he'll break away. Actually turned this into a positive play, being knocked out of bounds near the 30-yard line.
Yeah,
Pick up just about 6.
He got lucky on that one because he was being pursued by two defensive linemen. They were coming right across, right behind him.
So Brown able to turn what should have been a negative play into a positive play. They'll mark it at the 31. They'll make it 2nd and 5 now for the Hurricanes. Hurricanes looking to answer the Columbus Fire touchdown. The Hurricanes defensively trying to figure out how Jabari Perkins got so open down that sideline. Deion Haynes, a single receiver to the near side. Now 3 receivers to the right of Brown. 1 running back to his left. Columbus trying to make some adjustments. They're showing pressure as well. Back to pass, fires out to the left, and it's going to be knocked away. An outstanding defensive play by Jordan Marshall.
Complete pass.
Bring up 3rd down now for the Hurricanes. They have to get to the Fire 26-yard line for a 1st down. Thought we lost you there for a second, Dave. That was an outstanding sneeze.
Oh,
might need that dump button.
That was one of the ones that hurt the chest.
Allergy season coming along here, folks. I don't think we have any sponsors for allergies. So, nonetheless, 3 receivers.
Look into.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in Northeast Ohio. Receivers 3 by 2 now. Brown will be in the backfield by himself. 3rd and 5 from the 31. Brown backpedaling, fires over the middle, and it was into the ground. Was it caught?
No.
Okay, incomplete pass. Didn't get a great signal.
I did not see a signal.
So 4th and 5 for the Hurricanes, and I think this is going to be 4-down territory for the Michigan team.
Took for granted when the back judge picked it up and just started walking back to the line. That
usually you get an indication from the umpire or somebody that's incomplete, but
yeah,
not here, not today.
You got to give the refs a break. This is 7 quarters in 2 days.
Certainly is, as they will go empty backfield again. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Hurricanes moving right to left on your iMedia One Network app. Brown waiting for the snap. 3-step drop, flag on the play, and Brown's going to be hit, but he's going to break free and fire downfield. And is it going to be intercepted? It'll be intercepted by Columbus. However, flag on the play. We'll see what the infraction is, and they're going to say encroachment on Columbus. That will wipe it out. It was a free play, and that might be just enough for a Michigan first down. It was 4th and 5. Jordan Marshall would be credited with the interception if it stood. And now the officials are going to get back together and have a huddle. And I don't know, Dave.
Me either.
Normally I can explain to you what the officials are doing. Having done this for nearly 10 years, I don't know.
I don't want to say much, but I think the official on our sideline was here when you played high school.
And he kind of puts his hands up like every time, like I don't know.
Yeah.
So the umpire and the headlinesman
needs to get him a pick stick to pick his flag back up.
Yeah, it's becoming detrimental to the game almost here. 4:05 left here, third quarter.
Yeah.
Try to pick the energy up here. We apologize.
We're still waiting to see if the ball's going to get moved for the penalty or everybody's just standing around.
They're saying the initial indication.
Off now?
Okay, if that is the case, are we going to redo 4th down?
Or, well, yeah, because the play wouldn't stand at that point. Or
I just saw about 3 signals, and I don't know what any of them are. All right, so are we going to replay 4th down?
Offsetting penalties.
Okay, so the only signal I saw was encroachment.
Well, I also saw a false start by.
But the problem is you can't have both.
Well.
Or I get. All right, I'm. You know what? I don't know. Empty backfield. 2 to the left, 3 to the right. 4 minutes left here, third quarter. Fire with a 7-0 lead. Brown waiting for the snap, back to pass. Fires out to his right. That's going to be caught at the 25-yard line.
Now we have a first down.
All right, so no question on that one. We don't believe.
I don't see anything yellow on the field.
First down, Hurricanes.
I think that's going to be Marcus Perry on the reception for the Hurricanes. And again, another tight game that we would expect between these two well-matched teams. Only 5 teams in the 3A portion of the PAFL. That has already expanded as the Ohio Broncos have announced they will move up. And Commissioner Jermaine Campbell already finding replacements in the 2A portion of this. He's done a great job with that as they'll go 2 receivers to the left, tight end, handoff. I thought Brown was going to hand that off, but that's going to be caught by the Hurricanes. A little spin and move out to the 22-yard line. Outstanding catch and run by Robert Beatty. He took a hit to the hip there, and it kind of spun him around, actually propelled him forward. So they'll mark the ball at the 22-yard line. Pickup of 2 on the play.
Thought he was going to get hit back there at the line of scrimmage, and
actually say you're going to give him
somehow
credit.
he got right out of it.
2nd and 8 for the Hurricanes. I don't know if I could take a shot like that today. There was a day, not today.
I couldn't.
So
I'd be laying there with my hips probably broke at this point.
So nice job, Robert. We have to, or excuse me, or Haynes, excuse me, Deion Haynes. I'd be in a nursing home after that. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Have a running back to the left of Brown this time. That'll be Devon Haynes. Back to pass, 3-step drop, quick fire down the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. It'll fall to the turf. And that one looked like it hit between just a couple of defenders. That was dangerously thrown into double coverage. So Brown not really able to set his feet, and he's having a problem there getting that downfield. Now, to be fair, Mike Tatum having the same problem for Columbus.
Right. Maybe it's the field.
Or it could be those 8 guys in the box that look really angry, and like they have played defensively. Both these teams have played outstanding.
Yeah.
Make no mistake. So now it's going to come down to a chess match between coaching staffs to figure out how this one's going to end. The Fire so far making the first move with the 7-0 lead. It came at 5:41 of this quarter. Mike Tatum hitting Perkins on a 35-yard touchdown pass. And the Hurricanes will take one of their 4 timeouts here in the second half. We'll step aside for a break. 1:58 left here. You're listening to the PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
For over 40 years, one day I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
1:58 left here, third quarter. Fire with a 7-0 lead. My poor attempt at humor earlier, Hurricanes taking the first of 4 timeouts.
Sorry, I missed that one.
Yeah, it really didn't land the way I would have hoped.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, again, 3rd and 8. As we apparently have an extended timeout. The officials being very liberal, but both ways being very liberal.
Yes.
With the timeouts and the play clock.
They're not being favoritism at all.
Nope, not at all. Hurricanes coming out of the timeout here. Jalen Collins in the backfield with Brown. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 3rd and 8 from the Fire 22-yard line. Hines will move to further out to the far side. Going to fire down in the end zone, and the receiver's going to trip up and fall down. He's stating somebody made some contact with him, but I don't know if their feet just got tied up. They're going to consider it incidental contact. Pass was intended for Robert Beatty. And that'll bring up 4th down for Michigan.
I don't think it's the contact that he thought he was going to get. I'm pretty sure it was the turf monster that came up and grabbed his leg.
And we got a flag.
Now,
a dead ball foul coming from the Hurricane sideline. And did they signal an unsportsmanlike conduct?
Yep. Gave them a warning. I don't know if you heard it or not prior to this game starting about language and said it would not be tolerated. And there was certain words that were given that if they were heard, they were going to get flagged.
The George Carlin version.
Yes.
Of the officials' speech.
The 7 dirty words.
Yes. And we found one.
Yes.
All right, so 1:50 left here. 3rd quarter. They will mark the ball back at the 38-yard line. I really don't see any kind of argument about it, so
nope.
They've kind of accepted that. Well, actually, Beatty disagrees with it. Justin Head will check out for Columbus. Roe Davis will replace him. So it's now 4th and 23 from the Fire 37-yard line. Brown in the backfield. He'll be joined by Collins to his left.
Is he going to go for it, or is it going to be a pooch?
And that's
good question.
We'll see if Brown will step back a little bit. 3-step drop. Stepping up in the pocket, under pressure, slips one tackle, going to roll back to the near side now, and eventually going to run out of time as he will be wrapped up in the backfield. It'll be a turnover on downs. Travis Birdsong will be credited with that.
Well, both offenses have tried that 4th down. Basically the same play, and neither one of them have been able to execute it. So,
great defensive play by both teams. And you kind of have this gut feeling that it's going to come down to whoever has the ball last.
Yeah.
So the Fire will take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Less than a minute to play here, 3rd frame. Here in the 2025 PFL 3A Championship. Played the 2A championship 2 weeks ago. The Ohio Broncos take home that hardware. Tatum now, 2 running backs in the backfield with him. He'll hand it off. Maybe tripped up in the backfield. He'll lose a couple of yards. Juice Cube, nowhere to go for him. And the battle continues. They're in the trenches, and neither team really gaining an advantage. Both teams really trying to establish the run game, but
yeah, these defensive lines are just like right there. They're constantly on that line. I mean, there's 8, 9 men in the box right now? So
there's literally
the team is
8
in the box.
Okay, yeah. And one corner out on the far side, one high safety. Everybody else is looking right at Mike Tatum. Tatum in the pistol formation. You have Indy Thomas, the fullback, to the right.
And that's the end of the quarter.
And that will bring us to the end of 3. After 3, the Columbus Fire, they get on the board. They take a 7-0 lead over the Michigan Hurricanes. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
Are you ready to hit the gridiron and make your mark? The Cleveland Cobras are recruiting players and coaches for the upcoming Premier Amateur Football League season. We're looking for passion, grit, and the relentless drive to win. Whether you're a seasoned vet or hungry rookie, your shot starts now. Join a brotherhood, build a legacy, strike with the Cobras. Follow us on Facebook at Cleveland Cobras Football, or for league information, visit PAFLfootball.com to get started today. Team, pride, Cobras.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One Network, Youngstown, Ohio.
The field again. We'll go to the fourth quarter here. Columbus with a 7-0 lead over Michigan. And the game we kind of expected here based on the 2 previous meetings here in 2025. By way of the 2-point win and 5-point win for the Columbus Fire in the regular season. From what we understand, and well, not what we understand, what we know now is the 3A portion will expand. Several teams moving up from the 2A division. Tatum now will go back to the 3-back formation. Nope, actually we'll go back to the pistol. So Justin Head to the left side now, almost like a tight end. Tatum waiting for the snap. Taking it himself upfield, trying to find some room to run, has to work around his own player, and he get knocked out of bounds after a couple yard gain. They'll roll the clock here, 14:49 left here in the game. Columbus trying to seal this one. Michigan trying to not have to take a really long trip back to Michigan. It's always a shorter and
it's only 3.5 hours.
Well, you know what though? When you bring the hardware home, it's a shorter ride, and
yeah,
it's a lot more fun.
No re-entry if you exit the stadium.
So 3rd and 9, ball at the Fire 39-yard line. Jabari Perkins going to be the single receiver to the near side. He'll be one-on-one with Devon Haynes. Tatum with 3 backs in the backfield again with him as we some pyro coming over from the far side of the stadium. Tatum back to pass. Looking downfield, fires. As a receiver, it's going to be off the chest of Jabari Perkins. He was one-on-one with Haynes, and Perkins had an opportunity to bring that one in, but it'll bounce off his chest plate, and it will be 4th down now for Columbus, and the punt team will come on to try to flip sides of the field.
4th down and 9.
Of course, the 2026 season will be underway here soon thereafter this game. Teams will be starting the build for next spring. Go to PAFLfootball.com for more information. As the Fire will need one more person. Actually, they'll need 2. That'll help. Try to get a third one in there, but I don't think the math works on that one. Returners set up for the Hurricanes near the 20-yard line. A high spiral punt. Nice kick. It'll land at the 35 and be covered up at the 33-yard line. That's where the Hurricanes will take over first and 10. 13:37 left here, fourth quarter.
That was one of those odd. It hit the ground and went dead. It really wasn't even a bounce to it. It just kind of died.
You got to hit that a certain way, too.
Yeah.
To make that happen, but
like flat on the laces, I think.
So they're actually going to set the ball down at the 35. Michigan with the ball. Only 2 timeouts remaining here in the fourth quarter.
4 each.
Yes. You can't take all 4 of them home. All right. As we have a little bit of fun up here. So 2 receivers to each side of Brown now. One running back to his rear. Handoff up the middle. Contact made right at the 35-yard line. He'll drive his feet to the 36, maybe the 37-yard line. Pick up a 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now for Michigan, 13:25 left in this game.
Two-yard gain on the play. 2nd down and 8.
Lights fully on here now. As we hit just past 8:30 here, Dave. I'm starting to think summer may be coming to an end, much to my dismay.
Give it a week. It's Ohio.
I hope you're right. Brown with receivers 2 by 2, back to pass. Left-handed, throwing it out there to the 45-yard line. Ball came loose. The officials on top of it, and it looks like Michigan will hold on to it, but it's going to be a first down for the Hurricanes with 12:32 left, fourth quarter. Columbus with a 7-0 lead. That score coming into third quarter with 5:41 left. Mike Tatum hitting Shamari Perkins on a 35-yard touchdown pass to break the three-quarter stalemate. Brown in the shotgun. Play action, roll out to the far side, throws downfield, and it's going to be off the fingertips of the Hurricane receiver, incomplete. Clock will stop with 11:47.
Pass on the play. 2nd down.
The pass was intended for Beatty. He's had a rough night here. They've taken a little bit of a shot on the shoulder there, so he'll take a breather real quick. I'm sure he'll be right back. They'll mark the ball at the Hurricane 45-yard line, 2nd and 10. 11:47 left here in the game. Deion Haynes with a single receiver to the near side. He'll be joined by Gary Riggs. 3 receivers now to the right of Brown. Single receiver to the far side. 1 running back to the left of Brown. Quick pass. Caught at the 41-yard line, brought it to the 45, hits the midfield stripe and knocked out of bounds at the fire. 45-yard line. Haynes on the reception. We'll get a whistle. Some angry whistling coming from our officials, as we like to call it.
Is there a flag?
I did not see one, but I see the officials. I see the officials talking.
Yeah, they're bringing it back. Maybe he was bobbling the ball.
How could it?
Didn't have. Well, no, because here they're marching it off.
So there was a penalty. I did not see a flag.
I did not see a flag either.
And I've not seen an indication from
anybody,
from the referee. But they're marking it back at the 35-yard line. It's a 10-yard penalty, so I'm going to assume there's going to be a hold. All right, we can't see that signal where he says roll the clock, so 11 and a half minutes left here in the game.
Sorry about that.
2nd and 20. Ball at the 35-yard line. Receivers 2 by 2. Haynes on the outside again to the near side. Running back to the left of Brown. Pressure being shown by the Fire. Back to pass is Brown. Rolling out to the far side. Looking downfield. He's going to be wrapped up at the 35. Nowhere to go. May have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Possibly could have picked up a yard as well.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him 1 yard on that.
I believe that was Corey Beal involved in the tackle for the Fire. Nonetheless, 3rd and long for the Fire, or excuse me, for the Hurricanes. 3rd and 19. Mark the ball at the Hurricane 36-yard line. 10.5 minutes left here in this game. Michigan going to have to make that trip down the turnpike back home tonight. The question is, will it be a raucous celebration or will it be a very quiet ride?
Ride home.
Yep. I have been on both ends of that, and it is sometimes fun, sometimes not. So Hines will be the single receiver to the near side, 3 receivers to the far side. Brown will be in the shotgun, new running back in for the Hurricanes. Back to pass is Brown. Fires over the middle. And it's going to be incomplete. I believe that pass was intended for Malik Rocks.
Incomplete pass in the play.
Rocks kind of looked at him like, where you throwing it?
4th down.
And it's now 4th down for the team up north, as they've been called this week. I believe that came from Ryan Shazier.
Yes. Saw that video, laughed my butt off when I watched it.
Yep.
It was actually really entertaining watching them go back and forth with the different.
We laughed at Chad Henne, but it was for a different reason.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Sorry, Michigan. We love to have you as a guest, but
we love sending you packing too.
Yeah, that's.
Hopefully, this won't be the only Michigan team going home empty-handed this year.
No, but an outstanding team nonetheless, as they get to the 3A championship here in their first year in the PAFL. Fire were part of the old PAFL at one point. As Hurricanes will punt this one away. High snap. He'll be able to get it down and get a spiral punt off. It'll land at the 35 and the Fire side. Picked up. And got a big hit at the 42-yard line on the return. Trying to get the returner for you. I believe that's going to be either James Fields or Jordan Marshall. Was kind of running high, took a hit to the chest. But it's going to be Fire ball with 9:39 left here, 4th quarter.
And I know you heard that one.
Yeah, you can hear that plastic clicking. Sometimes you can get so hard, hit so hard in this game that you hear that plastic and not know that it was you that got hit. That might have been one of them cases. I'm not sure. Honestly, some conversation this week on some Cleveland radio stations about this level of football and how these guys, they come out and they play the game and then have to go to work on Monday, so an extreme dedication. As Tatum now waiting for the offensive line to get set. Justin Head will move to the right side. He'll also be a wing. Tatum waiting for the snap. Quick handoff up the middle. One cut, get out near the 45, drive his legs all the way down near the midfield stripe. And a great run upfield. Mike Haynes on the carry for the Columbus Fire. A little extracurricular activity after the whistle, but no flags on the play. Officials are going to let that one go, but for the Columbus Fire, they'll have the ball at the Hurricane 49-yard line. 2nd and 2 now with 9:05 left in the game. The opposite of our 2A game from 2 weeks ago. Very high scoring, back and forth. This one a defensive battle all the way. It's Tatum now in the shotgun. Thomas, fullback to his left, tailback behind him. Single receiver to the near side. Quick handoff to Thomas, and he'll drive forward. May have picked up a yard on the play, still moving. But we're going to get a whistle now, depending on where they mark this.
It looks real close to a first down.
They're going to mark it at the 47. That's where the first down marker is.
I'm standing right on that line, and I'm telling you, it's going to be a real close spot.
And they're going to say first down for the Fire. Their drive will continue with 8:12 left here, fourth quarter. 1st and 10 at the Hurricane 47-yard line now. That was a great job.
Michigan's like, no, it's behind, and no, it's not.
That was a great run, a great push by the entire Columbus offense. Almost like a rugby scrum.
Yeah, Columbus now is just chewing up the clock as much as possible.
Tatum now in the pistol. Thomas to his left. Tatum making some changes at the line, have a single receiver to the near side. Hurricanes crowding the box. 9 players in the box now, actually. They'll hand it off, and it'll be contact right at the line. They'll sing and dance a little bit, trying to get through, and I don't know if he picked up any yardage at all. Mike Haynes on the carry for Columbus.
I mean, looks like they're going to give him 1.
That will bring up 3rd and 8 if that is the case. And for some reason, the Hurricanes I don't know if they're not happy with the spot. But I think they want to maybe not discuss this with the officials. Latrell Tompkins trying to make his case for the Hurricanes. It will fall on deaf ears here. 2nd and 9 now. Ball at the Hurricane 46-yard line. 6:34 left here in the game. Max protection now is Tate. One running back to his left, one to his right. Ball on the ground, picked up by the big man, and ball came loose again. The Hurricanes have it, and they'll get down to the 45-yard line on the Fire side. So it was a low snap. Justin Head picked it up, and as he went through the line, he lost it, and then it was recovered by Michigan. They'll have the ball 1st and 10 at the Fire, 45-yard line. 6:10 left here in the game, and that was the turnover that Michigan needed.
To see Justin take that ball and go.
Justin Head with the opportunity for a big man touchdown, but unfortunately not the case here. And Michigan 1st and 10 now at the Fire 45.
Just couldn't keep his hands on it.
So just a bad snap, rolling along the turf. And things are a little bit cool now, so there's maybe a little moisture near. Things change a little bit. You don't know if maybe that's affecting the Columbus Center, but either way you slice it, Hurricanes with an opportunity to tie this one up. As they'll work from the Fire 45-yard line. Again, kind of a liberal timing here with these play clocks. So Rocks and Beatty, the receivers to the far side, twin receivers to the near side. Brown in the shotgun. One running back to his left. One high safety for the Fire, crowding the box again, showing some pressure. Back to pass. Brown under traffic, takes a hit from behind, ball's loose. Beanbag will come out, and it's going to be recovered by the Hurricanes at the 41-yard line. So Brown took a shot, his helmet came off. Fire had an opportunity to recover the fumble. Hurricanes get it back with 5:50 left here. The clock will continue to run.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Hurricanes. 2nd down.
So the ball now at the Hurricane 41-yard line. They will have to get to the Fire 36 for a first down. 5.5 minutes left here. 2nd and 24. And I think the Hurricanes have taken a timeout. 5:32 left here in the game. Hurricanes take a timeout, but Columbus has a 7-0 lead. We'll step aside for a quick break. You're listening to the PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One network.
For you, the average chameleon can point their eyes in 2 different directions. On the other hand, the average human can't. So unless you're a chameleon, there's absolutely no way you can focus on texting and driving at the same time. So don't do it. unless you're a chameleon.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
5:32 left here in the game. Michigan takes a timeout. They will have one left, at least by our count.
We'll see how that math goes.
2nd and 24. After they hit to Lamont Brown, now Antoine Burgess will come in to spell him. Burgess now making some adjustments. Noah Blevins and Hines to his right. Twin receivers to the left as well. Again, Columbus going with one high safety. He's going to line up at the Fire 40-yard line. So Burgess back to pass, fires out to his right, and it's going to be incomplete. Knocked away by Bradley Booker. It'll be 3rd and 24 now for the Hurricanes. Now with 5:26 left here, the clock will stop on the incomplete pass. However, this may end up being 4-down territory. See what they can pick up on 3rd down. Maybe that'll help make that decision a little bit easier. Andy Allison will head out. Calvin Wade will fill in for him. Excuse me, it might be Mikal Wiggins. Okay, multiple numbers here, so we do apologize. No names on the back of the jerseys, so that doesn't help. All right. So receivers 2x2 this time for the Hurricanes. An unexpected snap coming back. Burgess wasn't expecting. Throws it to the far side. Picked off by Columbus, and he's going to head to the end zone. Touchdown Fire on the interception. I had to get you a number.
I think it was 12, but
we'll try to get that number as he heads over the track for the celebration.
42.
All right. So Damon Davis, the Fire linebacker, comes through with the Hurricane quarterback under pressure. Tried to throw it to the far side to make something happen, but disaster strikes for Michigan. Columbus takes a 13-0 lead with 5:13 left in the 4th quarter. We'll call that about a 30-yard return. And the Fire looking to be 3-0 against Michigan this year with 5:13 left. On Davis with the INT. Goes 30 yards. Giving the Columbus Fire a 13-0 lead pending the extra point. Again, not a whole lot to read in terms of a scoring recap, but they get it when it counts most. And the Fire that much closer to winning titles back-to-back years in 2 different leagues.
He definitely read that pass almost perfect. It was like he was watching the quarterback, saw his eye, saw exactly where he was passing that ball. I'm pretty sure they're going for 2, Jim.
Yep, looks like that's going to be the case. So the Fire trying to seal this one up. Have a 2-score lead currently, Tatum. With 2 backs in the backfield again. We'll keep a tight formation. Perkins will be the single receiver to the left. Tatum, back to pass. Over the middle, it's going to be incomplete, so they will not convert on the extra point. It will remain 13-0. 5:13 left here in the game. Columbus takes a 13-0 lead. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. You're listening to the Pafl 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
Home for the area's best variety of pierogies. Daily specials include the Polish platter, the Hungarian platter, stuffed cabbage, and halushki. Having a last-minute get-together? Lena's has you covered with a wide variety of frozen take-home pierogies and dumplings. Go to Facebook at Lena's Pierogi House to see the weekly lineup of available flavors for dine-in or carry-out. Catch the best at Lena's Monday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Tuesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. 20 North Main Street in Hubbard or call 234-254-8532.
Youngstown, Warren, and Salem Sports Talk is on the iMedia One Network, Youngstown, Ohio.
Hurricanes. The Fire will kick this one off. Try to eat up as much clock as they can here. Got some confusion again here on special teams for the Fire.
Well, like Coach always says, if somebody's in your spot, maybe you shouldn't be there.
Yeah, that's a problem. 1, 2. I believe we have 11 on the field for the Fire. Take a 13-0 lead in a championship game. Sometimes you get a little wild. Fire trying to keep some focus here as the Columbus Fire going to switch a couple personnel. All right. So from the 35-yard line, end-over-end kick. Picked up at the 16-yard line, brought out to the 20, and fight his way out to the 30, back out to the 31-yard line. Malik Rocks on the return for the Michigan Hurricanes, and we have a Columbus Fire player down at the 30-yard line. Looked like when he tried to tackle him, maybe went a little high, that arm kind of went with Rocks. 5:05 left here in the game. 13-0 is your score in favor of the Columbus Fire. Score's coming in the third quarter. 5:41 left as Tatum hit Perkins on a 35-yard touchdown pass. And Devon Davis with the excellent interception, returning at 30 yards into the end zone. Columbus did not convert on the two-point conversion. It remains 13-0. So we'll help him up, and hopefully nothing serious. Maybe just a little stinger or something. He'll get a nice round of applause. Pablo Brown.
Yeah, pretty sure it's that left shoulder.
And you can see, again, that kind of that awkward movement there as he went to go for the tackle. Malik Rocks was running probably at about 45 miles an hour.
Yeah, when he gets that ball off him kickoff, it's like full. He goes from 0 to 60 in like seconds.
Certainly does. And kickoff return team for the Michigan Hurricanes has been outstanding. Took the opening one to the end zone. However, that was nullified by a penalty. As Hines and Haynes will be the twin receivers to the right of Burgess. They'll send the third receiver over to the near side. That'll be Beatty. Empty backfield for the Hurricanes. 5:05 left here, fourth quarter. Back to pass. Stepping up, fires out to the right, and it's going to be knocked away. Almost caught by Haynes. But an even better defensive play by Jordan Marshall. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Michigan with just under 5 minutes to play here on this final night of the PAFL season here in 2025. However, 2026 will be coming up quickly. Check out your local teams. Go to paflfootball.com. Have a personnel change here for Columbus. Mike Steele will head to the sideline. He'll be replaced by Mikael Wiggins. So 2nd and 10, ball at the Michigan 31-yard line now. Burgess in at quarterback, empty backfield, 3 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Burgess back to pass. Fires out to his left, and it's going to be overthrown. It'll bring up 3rd down for Michigan. And time certainly becoming the primary enemy of the Hurricanes, trailing by 2 scores. Now, after a couple weeks ago, we've seen stranger things.
Right. Yeah, 22-0 and came back and almost won.
Yeah, if you're down 22-0, some people in the stands might think that it's going to be an early night. However, Beaver County Arctic Bengals were having none of that.
I've walked out of a professional game when a certain team was down and then got to the parking lot, turned the radio on, and went, "Why did I leave?"
And you can't get back in either, so it's a long walk.
So you just sit in the parking lot with the radio on and
be angry with yourself.
Yes.
So now one receiver to the left of Burgess, 4 to the right. Moving left to right on your iMedia One Network app. Snap is back. Burgess stepping up in the pocket under pressure. Fires down the middle, has a man open, and it's going to go off the head of Malik Rocks into the sideline. And that's going to bring up 4th and 10 for Michigan with 4:43 left. So maybe the last chance at this for Michigan to maybe put something together comes down to this 4th and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Not a horrible pass.
No. Actually, it looked like it was right there. I thought for sure it was going to be caught and gone.
No question. Did he lose it in the lights or something to that effect? It went right off the top of his helmet.
Yeah.
I never had that problem because I was never down the field that far trying to catch a pass. So if I was doing that, there was a problem. So they'll go back to the 4 wide receiver set to the right of Burgess. Single receiver to the left. Empty backfield. Back to pass. Burgess stepping up in the pocket under pressure. He's going to be brought down at the 30-yard line. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And with 4:37 left in the game, Columbus in full control now. This will be the widest point margin among the 3 times that these teams have met. And those games included a 2-point difference, a 5-point difference, and 18-point difference. The Fire pitching a shutout so far. So the Fire, I'm sure, going to take no urgency in getting to the line.
No, I think they're going to be waiting for that clock to run down.
So while we have a chance, I want to thank Juice Cube for helping me out with the roster earlier. Thanks Jermaine Campbell for having us here the last couple of weeks. They'll send a man in motion from left to right. New quarterback for the Columbus Fire. Fires down the sideline, looking for the home run. Is it going to be caught or knocked away? Incomplete pass. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Incomplete pass on the play. 2nd down.
I believe it's going to be Cam Jackson that was at quarterback for the Columbus Fire. Well, Mike Tatum's going to come back in. Get a great accomplishment for the Columbus Fire. They are on the verge of adding some more hardware to their already extensive collection. A little tougher game tonight than there was a year ago against the Erie Express.
Keeping with that Columbus tradition.
Indeed. All right, so the Fire are going to take a timeout. 4:28 left here in the game. Fire timeout. We'll step aside for a break. You're listening to the 2025 PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio, part of the iMedia One Network.
Are you ready to join the legacy? This is your chance to become part of something special with the Youngstown Patricians. Honoring the proud football tradition of the Valley, we're on the lookout for talented post-high school athletes who want to make their mark on the field. Whether you're a seasoned high school athlete, college, or former professional player, develop your skills and become part of a team that values hard work, dedication, and community spirit. Don't wait. Begin your path to the gridiron by visiting youngstownpat.com or contacting us on Facebook at the Youngstown Patricians. Be bold, be legendary, join the Youngstown Patricians today.
Someone's got to set the tone out there, boys. Someone's got to set it.
The station that sets the tone for Youngstown Phantoms hockey is Western Reserve Radio. WRTV, The Scourge.
The Youngstown Patricians, as they build for the 2026 season. Got to talk to John Galbraith last night at halftime during the Poland East game. It's Tatum now taking in the ball himself off the left side. He'll be upended near the 27-yard line. Nice tackle by Devon Haynes. Clock will continue to run here as we approach the 4-minute mark. Fire 13, Hurricanes nothing. So Ryan Chazier and Beanie Wells should be very happy about this.
Yes, they should. Wonder if there'll be any Facebook rebuttals after.
I hope so. Maybe
I'd
some
like to
congratulations.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Maybe an apology from
There
Chad
you
Henne.
go.
I don't know.
You want to count on that one? I won't.
No, not at all. Two great teams here, though, and again, for 3 quarters, a defensive battle. It's Tatum now with 3 backs in the backfield. They'll watch the back judge for the... Oh, ball on the ground. It's going to be loose. Picked up by the Hurricanes, and they're going to take it all the way back to the end zone for the touchdown. Malik Rocks scores the touchdown on the fumble recovery. He goes 70 yards in there. Just when we were wrapping this one up, Malik Rocks said, not yet. It is a 13-6 game with 3:22 left here. 1 timeout left for each team. Mike Tatum with the low snap. Went down to cover it up, but slid out from under him. And after 3 quarters of no scoring, it is now a 13-6 game, still in favor of the Columbus Fire.
Looks like Columbus or Michigan's going to go for 2 on this.
Yeah, may not have a kicker here in this situation, but down by 7. Worst case scenario after this, you're just down by 7.
Yeah, make this last 3 minutes and 22 seconds very interesting now.
So, just when you thought this one was maybe in the books, we now have the Hurricanes going for 2. Burgess in a pistol formation, fullback to his left, tailback to the rear. No receivers to the outside. It's going to be tight. Burgess rolling out to the far side, and he's going to be hemmed up and brought down unceremoniously at the 10-yard line. So the score will remain 13-6 in favor of the Columbus Fire, but the Fire now have to make sure that they pick up at least a couple of first downs to keep the clock going. Both teams have 1 timeout left.
2-point conversion is no good. Our score, Fire 13, Hurricanes 6.
And the Hurricanes making this interesting to round out the 2025 season. And for the Fire, now you're coaching a little bit differently here. When you were up by 2 scores, now only up by 7.
Play this a lot more conservative. Keep that ball on the ground and try not to give it up. But again, it's the exchange between the quarterback.
That has been the Achilles heel for both teams.
It has been on both sides of the ball.
All right, so Fire to return this one with 3:22 left in the game. Columbus with a 13-6 lead over the Michigan Hurricanes. See if we have a nail biter of an ending. That's easy for me to say. And we will now have 11 out there on the field for the Hurricanes. Special teams always a rough thing at this level.
Yeah, they're pretty sure the Fire have their hands team out there right now.
Aaron Davis running up to return this one. He'll catch it at the 27. Bring it to the near side. Almost brought down. Have to cut back to the far side. Has a couple of blockers. Cuts back to the inside. Aaron Davis out near midfield. And he'll be knocked down near the midfield stripe. And we'll see where they're going to spot it. But if that is the case, Columbus now has 3:08 to eat up here.
Fire return the ball to the 50-yard line. First down.
So they will mark it right at the 50. And for the Fire, they're going to have to get that snap up. They're going to have to get a couple of first downs to seal this one. I want to thank you for joining us all season long here for the PAFL. Of course, spent a lot of time with the Cleveland Cobras, Jesse Caldwell, Adam Rogerson, Jamar Fleming.
I get to spend all season with the Youngstown Patricians. And
indeed, John Galbraith.
Yep.
And crew over there. Vinny Iannarino taking over as a head coach for the Youngstown Patricians, former assistant coach for the Western Reserve Scourge. Happy for him. Not only a good coach, but a good person. Tatum now will take his time. Clock will start on the snap. A good handoff. Contact in the backfield, nowhere to go. Lost a yard on the play. 2nd and 11. Now for Columbus as the clock will begin to run with under 3 minutes to play here in the game. I'm sure the Hurricanes will be ripping at the ball now coming through. But Columbus now working from behind the sticks. 3rd and 11. Ball just on the other side of the 50. Be on the Fire 49-yard line. Of course, you can join us for Grove City football next week as well.
Yeah,
I believe.
Mr. Mark Means will be traveling to Cortland.
Our own Mark Means. He will ride the team bus up there.
Yep.
As the Grove City Wolverines begin their 2025 season. Coach DiDonato and crew over there. What a great program that's become. As Tatum now rolling out to the far side. Just going to throw it over the head of his receiver and into the end zone. Pass was intended for Indy Thomas, but that's going to bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Fire. They're going to have to be careful here. They may have to punt this one away, and a lot of things we've seen go wrong with long snapping this year.
Yeah, has not been good even during this game.
Long snappers are at a premium right now at this level. Used to be the kickers were at a premium. Now it's just getting the ball back there, and it is a tough job.
See, there's always a hope for you.
Yeah, I don't know. No. The only thing I can say is they're not allowed to hit the center, so that's that might save me. But you look at these two teams now. Columbus with an obvious size advantage. But the Hurricanes, a little smaller on the defensive line, but pretty quick. That accounts for that. So Indy Thomas will be the receiver to the far side. Receivers will be 2x2. Tatum in the shotgun, one running back to his left. 3rd and 11 from their own 49-yard line. 2:08 left here in the game. Columbus with a 13-6 lead. Tatum back to pass. Under pressure, steps up in the pocket. Running around here, trying to extend the play with his legs. Got the 40, 45. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and friendly fire as two Hurricane players will run into each other. Robert Kennedy collided with somebody. I can't see the number. We'll see if he's going to bounce back up, and indeed he will, thankfully. Devon Jackson. So not much gained for the Columbus Fire. Mike Tatum did avoid a huge loss, as we do have a Fire player down. And I can't see through the crowd, but is that Mike Tatum?
I'm pretty sure it is Mike Tatum.
It's going to be hard to tell. Some players in the way here, but I believe it is. And one of the longtime players around these parts, and tougher than a $2 steak.
Actually,
so
there's two players down?
Yeah, there was a big collision there. And again, the primary collision I thought was between Kennedy and Jackson of the Hurricanes. But under 2 minutes to play here, 1:55.
I'm seeing
exactly.
Yeah.
I think the officials are trying to explain to each other what happened.
Yet, so.
All right, 1:55 left here in the game. We'll step aside for a quick break while they have the officials time out. You are listening to the PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
So the Fire failed to get a first down. 4th and 9 now from the 49-yard line. They'll punt this one away. Michigan will send 2 returners back. One will post up around the 22, one around the 10. They'll get this one off. It'll be an awkward punt. It'll land at the 30 and roll down to the 25, and the Fire will down this one near the 26-yard line. And that's where the Hurricanes will take over with 74 yards to go to attempt to tie this one up with 1:44 left in the game. So we went from the Fire trying to just eat the clock up to now trying to hold on to this 13-6 lead. I have to give the old commissioner there, Jermaine Campbell, credit as he has put together a great schedule here.
Yeah.
And these two teams have battled all year long closely. Again, both the previous meetings going to the Fire, but making Columbus earn them both times. And they're going to do it again tonight here. But right now the Hurricanes with 1 timeout, 1:44 left in the game. 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. 74 yards to go to attempt to tie this one up. They will have to get the touchdown, but the kicking situation I'm not sure about. If they're looking for the tie, they may have to go for 2. So empty backfield again for Burgess. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Columbus now with 2 high safeties. Burgess going to drop the ball, but he's going to step up in the pocket after he recovers it and get out to the 30-yard line, maybe the 31. And that almost was disastrous as...
Timeout Hurricanes.
So Hurricanes going to take their last timeout with 1:29 left.
Sure?
No, we're not sure.
Okay.
We're not. I guess it depends on...
the scoreboard operators at 3rd and final, too.
All right, so this time they are going to put it out their 3rd and final timeout for Michigan. I don't know if that's exactly what they wanted to do, but after the timeout, it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Hurricanes at the 31-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the previous play. Field goal will do them no good. So 69 yards to go to attempt to tie this one up. They will need the 2-point conversion or the extra point. Head coach Chris Brooks looking to bring home some new hardware for the Columbus Fire.
It's good to see Tatum's on his feet now. Gingerly, but he's on his feet.
Yeah, look, and I'm thinking he went down just awkwardly.
Yeah. Especially where he's holding his back and around his kidney area.
So empty backfield
Probably
for Burgess.
muscle.
2nd and 5. Back to pass. Burgess looking downfield under pressure. Stepping up. Tried to fire. Nothing open. He's going to take it down to the 37-yard line. Pickup of 6. That'll be enough for a Hurricane first down, but the clock will continue. And Michigan has no more timeouts for the game.
In all reality, he's lucky he got tackled when he did because he was way above the line of scrimmage and he was good looking to pass.
1 minute here is Burgess. We'll wait for the snap. He'll take the snap with 58 seconds. A quick pass out to the far side, and he'll run it out of bounds. With a flag coming in at the 35-yard line. That was Hines on the reception. Flag came from the head linesman. And it's good. Looks like it's going to be a hold against Michigan.
Yep.
With 52 seconds left. Now, if you're Columbus, you decline that so that they don't get the down over.
Right.
Or do you want to push them back further and give them the down over? And I think there were some signals from Columbus that they wanted to decline it, but we'll see if they're going to enforce it. And then the officials are going to get together again near the 38-yard line to discuss this. So we'll wait for after the conference. 4 out of the 5 officials now at the hash marks. The Hurricanes call a play. They're coming right back to the line. They think it's going to be 1st and 10. I don't know what the discussion is, but...
Well, if they declined, it would be loss of downs. It would be 2nd and 10.
Correct.
Are we going to get an explanation?
No.
No. They're picking up
So they're
the
going to wave
flag.
off the flag. Okay.
Oh, so now are they giving them the first down?
Yes. Okay, so they're going to go where the play ended, but 52 seconds left here in the game. Haynes checking in. He'll be one of the twin receivers on the near side. Empty backfield for Burgess. One high safety now for Columbus. Pressure being shown by the Fire in the box. Clock will start. Burgess back to pass. Fires over the middle. It's going to be caught at the 35-yard line. And the Hurricanes rushing to the line now as the clock ticks down to 40 seconds. Under 40 seconds now to play. Burgess under center. He will down this. And that will stop the clock with 33 seconds left. Burgess smartly getting under center to spike the ball and stop the clock. That'll make it 2nd down now for the Michigan Hurricanes. 13-6 is your score. Michigan trying to engineer a scoring drive for an opportunity to tie this up, but doesn't look like there's a field goal kicker with them, so even if they score, this is a two-prong issue, getting the touchdown, then getting the two-point conversion. So twin receivers to the far side. That'll be Hines and Beatty. Twin receivers to the near side as well. Haynes will be the outside receiver. Burgess in the shotgun, empty backfield. Back to pass. Free range, and it's going to be brought down in the backfield as the flag's going to come in for intentional grounding.
Yep. The arm
Deon
was coming
Thompson
forward as he was laying down.
with the tackle. That would be a loss of down in addition to the penalty. And wait a minute. Burgess is applauding. 26 seconds left on the play clock, or on the game clock, excuse me.
I mean, how would that be on the defense when he was, I mean, there was no face mask, no.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we can get some kind of indication.
Well,
we're going to have another conference over there at the hash marks. Okay.
We got a 4 and number 5's on his way in, so.
So it's hard to say what.
You had nothing to do tonight, right?
So I don't know what the discussion is with the officials. The flag, we don't even know what the flag was for. We assume it was intentional grounding against Burgess as he threw that ball down as he was being brought down by Deon Thompson. Intentional grounding, okay, against Burgess. That will be a loss of down in addition to the penalty. 26 seconds left. Let's see if we can.
Well, where are they placing the ball? Because the ball should have been back at the 50 where he went down at them.
So they'll play. We'll see if they're going to mark the penalty off from there. Yeah, again, I don't know. And then our chain crew is way downfield.
Well, the chain crew shouldn't be moving, but the down marker should. Here he comes.
All right. So
okay.
Maybe they're going to bring it. All right. So.
Yeah, come on.
I got nothing.
Me either.
3rd and 21. Ball at the 47-yard line. They will have to get to the 26-yard line for a first down. They're going to have 2 downs to do it. Our referee now blowing the whistle. Burgess becoming frustrated now as well.
They want 16 seconds.
So there's a 10-second runoff also with that penalty. So now 16 seconds left here in the game. 3rd and 21, ball at the 47-yard line. Okay, so after some discussion, we seem to have this all sorted out. It is 2 downs now for the Hurricanes. Ball at the 47. Columbus will have a safety at the 20. Burgess under pressure. Rolling out to the near side, throws it out to the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. So with 5 seconds left, the Hurricanes will have one shot to the end zone. They trail 13-6. They'll need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So an exciting end here in Akron to this 3A championship game. Columbus looking for their second league championship in as many years. Ball at the 47-yard line, 4th and 21. That is meaningless right now. Burgess will be in an empty backfield. He'll have 4 receivers to his left. Burgess, a left-handed quarterback. He'll have 2 receivers to the right. Back to pass. Burgess, plenty of time, now under pressure. Rolling out, and he's going to be almost brought down, and he's going to throw it away, and that's going to be the end of the game. After 4 quarters, the Columbus Fire get the 13-6 win over the Michigan Hurricanes. And the Columbus Fire win their second title in as many years in 2 different leagues. Impressive for the Fire as they continue to collect hardware here at this level. An outstanding performance by both teams. We'll step aside for a quick break. When we come back, we'll give you a scoring recap, and we will wrap it up here from Ellet High School in Akron. You are listening to the PAFL 3A Championship here on Western Reserve Radio and the iMedia One Network.
Are you tired of switching apps just to catch your favorite shows and live events? Say hello to the iMedia One Network app, your one-stop destination for streaming and everything that matters. From national sports to exclusive local content, Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast are now all in one place, anytime, anywhere. Download the free iMedia One Network app on iOS and Android and unlock the future of sports audio in the palm of your hand. The iMedia One Network, your sports app in the Valley.
The stations that always keep you in the zone.
I love it.
It's awesome.
Western Reserve Radio, Western Reserve Radio 2, and City View Sportscast, Youngstown, Ohio.
Back here one last time as we wrap it up here in Akron, Ohio. The Columbus Fire, the 2025 3A PAFL champions. They get the 13-6 win over the Michigan Hurricanes. Scoring went like this. It would be scoreless until 5:41 of the third quarter when Mike Tatum would hit Perkins on a 35-yard touchdown pass to break the stalemate. They would take a 7-0 lead. And in the fourth quarter, it would be Damon Davis on a 30-yard interception coming at 5:13 of the fourth quarter that would give the Fire a 13-0 lead. However, with 3:22 left in the fourth quarter, Malik Rocks would make it interesting as he would pick up a fumble and rumble 70 yards for the Michigan touchdown. Did not convert on the 2-point conversion. That would keep it at 13-6. And the Hurricanes with an opportunity in the waning seconds of the fourth quarter have to throw the ball away essentially. And that will give the Columbus Fire the 2025 PAFL 3A Championship. Want to thank everybody for joining us here all season long for PAFL action. And we certainly look forward to having you back here for high school football coming up this Friday, as well as all the action of the Youngstown Phantoms hockey season kicking off as well. And of course, we will also have the Canton Akron Jets coming up here in the coming weeks here as the weather starts to cool off here in Ohio. So for Dave Ferris, I'm Jim Craven. Thanks for joining us once again. Your final score one last time, the Columbus Fire 13, the Michigan Hurricanes 6. And we will see you all Friday at Pavlansky Field in Poland when the Bulldogs host Field.